Boop, boop. Hello.
I love the little Oro knife emote so much. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Guess who's back? Us.
Back again. Oh, it's still us from last
Again. We're here again. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. Is that okay with you guys? Is that all right?
I had something
Even
on
if it wasn't,
actually
you
today.
couldn't stop us.
I've got something on. Is that what you said?
And we'll probably continue with the story that we had last time. Does that make sense with everyone?
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that all right?
Yeah, I
So
guess.
we should mix it up. Let's mix it up.
So we'll go with a little recap, a little baby recap of what we did last time. Last week we started off with our adventurers after a long hiatus of returning to the city of Welloon in Cormier. We got there and we kind of sped through some stuff because we wanted to get into the game without having to get bogged down by pesky RP and fun. Ew. But the stuff we skipped through was basically that now Oro used the opportunity on their trip to Welloon to learn how to be a sneaky stabby rogue. A little bit. Kind of had the building blocks were there already, but built on that foundation, you can sneak attack now. We arrived at Welloon and went to Aigberth, which is a small town just outside, which is where the circus is that Oro grew up in. There, we spoke to Hilda, turned in the quest that we previously been doing, and the reward for the quest was a pat on the back, apart from Nurali, who asked very politely if she could have a specific question answered by Hilda, who is Oro's adoptive mother and the kind of divination princess of the circus. She gave a very vague answer to her question. What was your question, Nurali?
I would like to know about where I came from and why I was endangered.
Yep. And a little bit along the lines of why did they want to kill me?
Yeah.
Talking about her background, which is mysterious to our player characters, and has not been revealed, properly elucidated yet.
Also to our players.
Also to our
Well,
players.
at least some of our players.
I like real surprises, you know? Like,
Speaking of which, the answer was essentially go back to Nesmith, you'll find out. And on the way to Nesmith, we bumped
spicy, cryptic, and
into...
scary.
Yeah, lovely and scary. My favorite kind of mysterious answer. The ones that are vaguely threatening. But we bumped into a new player character. We had Haiku chilling on the road on the way to Nesmith. These guys weren't in any particular rush, so they were like, what's this whole thing going on here? Because the person that they bumped into was a giant turtle. Turtles, if you aren't aware, are turtle people. Essentially, big old turtle people. And this particular turtle has their shell covered top to toe with just all kinds of junk, all kinds of tat. Some of it is kind of mechanical and whirring and doing stuff, and some of it's just kind of sitting pretty, not contributing much apart from the just general allure of this shell. And you had a bit of a chat. Found out that this person's name is Haiku, and Haiku had a quest to give. This was new to Haiku because usually they are an adventurer, not a quest giver. But in this instance, they had experienced something horrible that they wanted to put right, and they couldn't do it alone. What happened to Haiku the previous couple of days, Jack? Tell us about that.
Well, I'd been involved in. Well, I was with a different party to begin with, and then we were attacked by an unknown creature, and I was the only survivor by carrying away my shell. And when I finally popped out of my shell, they were all dead. Well, not dead. They were missing, and some of my precious items were also missing.
So our new friend here, Haiku, wanted to not only retrieve the items that were missing from their attire, but also try and determine the whereabouts of their friends, if that was possible. That meant going back into the spooky, scary woods that you were on the brink of, and doing that was dangerous on their own. So they'd offered some cash dollar for you guys to join and help out. So you did. You said, yeah, okay, we got nothing else going on. Let's go. Let's have a potter around. This person needs our help. So you poked your heads into the forest after doing a little bit of recon by Oro, who was on Nugget, their giant bat companion. And you found essentially that this wood looks dense as fuck. However, there is a thick fog/mist over a central part of the wood that looks spooky scary. That's the technical term for it. Spooky scary is the word. Regardless, you pushed on into the forest and you started to notice that there was something odd, and that the oddness seemed to be linked somewhat to markings that had been etched into the bark of trees around you. It was almost a little bit like the wood was procedurally generated, in that there were patches and pathways that led off in certain directions, but then would mysteriously stop. Then there would also be what looked like the continuation of that path in an opposite direction, and there was no connection between the two. Like someone had got some hexagons and just kind of plopped them down incorrectly. Following markings, you noticed that looking at one half of the marking, you could pair it up to a second etching on a tree further down the path, and that doing so would align yourself down a pathway through these trees that would be easier to maneuver. You followed those, and that was a very successful way to get through a forest without getting lost or murdered. Though at the end of the path, you found a set of traps that you maneuvered very eloquently, and found yourself instead at a small cottage, a wonderful cottage, like just so lovely, apart from like the rotting stuff that was boiling in a cauldron in the center of it, and the dripping ghost that was chilling just on a stool somewhere. Then we had
Small
a
problems.
really excellent interaction that I loved so much, and thankfully we have a highlight of, which was you guys helping this ghost playwright in a trade. He would give you as much information as he possibly could about the wood beyond if you helped him with his script and practicing his play, which you all did amazingly at. It was fantastic. We have the highlight. It's so good. Please, if you haven't watched it, go watch it because it's just so funny. But we did that, and the information that you got from our ghost playwright was essentially, well, I was spooky, inky, black ghost that had been saved by weary Patty Pygmies, which seems like a weird name to you, very strange indeed. But he described that in the swamp beyond, there were villagers, peasants yonder, that he did not like at all, and thought they were very stupid. You can see some parallels to the script that you previously read, and said that basically there is a blackness beyond, somewhere deep into the woods, and that they would be the people that you would want to talk to if you were trying to find Haiku's previous party, but to be very careful. And when you were asking about the blackness, he pointed to the dripping ink from his feet, and then also gestured towards Haiku, who also has dripping black ink coming from their feet, which they hadn't noticed at that point. How is Haiku feeling about the fact that they've got drippy black ink on their feet?
It's quite concerning, to say the least.
Mhm.
Especially considering the only other person in the room with it is dead.
How's the rest of our party feeling about the fact that your new party member has drippy black ink from their feet?
I think, didn't I like reach over and try to poke to see if they were a ghost, because
Yeah, you did.
it's like all of our friends that we meet are already dead.
But you were fairly
Friends and
confident
enemies.
that he's not a ghost or dead.
Yeah.
Or
So
they aren't. And Haiku's fairly confident that they're not dead as well.
yeah.
Fairly
So,
sure.
fairly so.
Hmm.
So I was a little worried at first, but now I'm fine.
Okay. And whilst you were questioning our playwright, they kept alluding to someone called Weary Patty Pygmies, who had saved them from their inky, ghostly form, and now they were just a normal ghost rather than an inky blackness who does not remember their previous life or really have any sentience. But he did allude to the fact that you should probably get going before she shows up because she's not super fond of guests. But unfortunately, you guys just had to keep asking questions. And it's all right, you play a characters. That's how it goes. The longer you kept asking questions, I had a timer in my head going down for when weary pygmies would show up. And we ended our session with Patty at the doorway saying, "Who are you?"
Can you describe Patty Pygmies again? just so everyone knows what they look like.
So Patty is a snot green color. Her skin looks cracked and saggy, but at the same time moist. You notice that there is mold in certain wrinkles of her skin, but you also see that her claw-like nails are super long and scraggly, like they've got almost kind of not purposeful blades, but like kind of jagged edges that she's currently got latched onto the doorway as she peers around the corner with her extended neck and her drooping eyes that are not fully. She looks like a what's the word for that? Those kind of those sketches that are like really exaggerated.
Caricature?
She looks like a caricature of a witch, but to the extreme. And she has just sagging body parts that are just not quite in the right place anywhere. And her knees look like pigs. They look like both like the knees of a pig, but also they look like pigs.
They look like the face of a pig?
Yes.
Okay.
They're like one of those.
The face of a pig.
There's this mysterious pattern where every time you look at them, it looks exactly like what you would expect from the word pig knees. But every time you think about what else that could mean, it shifts. Like, is it the knee of a pig? Yes, it looks like a knee of a pig. Does it look like a pig? Yes, it looks like a pig. Does it look like a pig's face? Yes, somehow it also looks like a pig's face. It's like an optical illusion.
Just morphs into whatever you think it looks like, as long as that
Exactly.
is pig related.
Yes, precisely.
If I misheard and thought you said pygmies at first, does it look like shark and heads?
No.
Okay, just pigs. And then I'll be like, oh, pig knees.
So that's the wonderful description of Patty. The clothing that she is wearing is limited to what was, you imagine, a strap of some kind of crop top. But the clothing of the actual crop top itself has all kind of just fallen into rags. And now only the strap remains. And you can see that, fortunately, she's got a pot belly that's large enough to kind of cover everything below the waist.
I'm gonna ask the question that we're all thinking. How big are her titties? I'm just getting an image in my head.
Does she have them like tied in a knot?
Yeah, they thrown over her,
Just
over
like
her shoulder.
Do they cover her pig knees?
Yeah.
Not quite. They're down to just above the pig knees.
Wow.
How convenient.
Okay, great.
It's almost like she was designed specifically for that. Although at this point you can only see one half of her side because she's looking around the corner of the door. Because as we discovered previously, this small hut, this tiny cottage, kind of draped in kind of etched runes into carved wood. You can see that there's a massive cauldron of bubbling snot and just rotting. You can see there's bones in there in some form. And it's just absolutely disgusting in here, everything that's around you. But there's a door on the entryway, the way that you came in, that led to the trapped path, and one door on the other side that leads onward into what now looks like a swamp rather than the forest that you've been in previously. So there is only one other option. Well, entrance or exit in this case. And it is exactly where Patty is standing. And with that introduction to our game, I don't want to take a quick break just to say hi, everyone. To everyone in chat. I haven't said hi yet. I've been talking too much about intro. Hope you've had a
That's
good week. It's nice to see Adam here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tom can't wait to answer this. Her knees are magic eye posters. Oh. Hi guys, love you lots. Okay, sorry. We're not usually that bad at answering chat. I know Jenny's been there, but I was talking.
Oh, it's fine. You were talking, yeah.
I was talking.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to pour myself coffee. I'll mute myself so you don't get coffee pouring ASMR.
Oh, okay, pouring it. I was
Because-
like, you literally left to get coffee a second ago. What happened? Oh,
No,
you mean-
yeah.
I see that now. Nora's gonna watch that in amazement. Pour. Oh, she muted.
You want me not to mute myself? Okay.
Go for it.
Hold on, I have to turn the thing properly so it doesn't spill all out everywhere.
We're gonna all need to go to the toilet now.
Beer back.
First break.
Ooh, bio break.
Okay, anyway. Right. She pokes her head around the corner. You can hear her nails scrape against the wooden door frame. You can kind of almost smell her BO from here. I liked the idea of you sat there with the prestidigitation cloth. Smells like coffee. Who are you?
Oh, hi. We were just looking for some people, and we were just talking to your friend here.
Who we might have named last session.
Who we
but I've
might have
forgotten
named last
already.
session.
His name is Playwright.
Oh,
Peter Playwright.
I feel like maybe I feel like he might have forgotten his name, and I'm pretty certain that that's what I have in my
Oh,
notes.
that's handy.
Well, I think actually that he did say he forgot pretty much everything. So I think that we started to ask questions and there was a lot of forgotten stuff. So
Well, yes, that was purposeful to at least a certain extent.
we were just talking to Playwright here, and we did a little scene with them. Very enjoyable.
Is that true? Oh yeah, yes, they were fantastic. Bravo once again. Oh, bravo, very good, very good. I didn't say you could talk to anyone. Okay. Well.
Oh.
You smell amazing. She
we
kind of
did wash today.
pushes herself through the doorway. She slinks over towards you. You can see now a fuller image of what I described once before as she starts to kind of drag herself across the floor. And she comes up to who came in the door first?
I do believe that was Haiku.
Oh, fantastic. Very
Was
glad.
it? Yes, sorry, yes it was.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so it's probably likely that not only being the largest person, but also being the first in the door, you went to the furthest side of the room to make space for everyone else to come in. Right? That seems reasonable. Okay, she absolutely makes her way to you because you are closest. And she just comes up to you as close as she can get. She puts one hand on your shell. You see that one of her fingernails gets caught in some kind of contraption that you've got on your shell. And the other, she like kind of just puts underneath your chin like this. And she just deep inhalation. And she just smells you as hard as she possibly can. Smells like tragedy. And she kind of just like puts her hand on your chest and just pushes herself past you. And she spends a couple of moments at each of you just inhaling deeply as she just gets as close to you as possible. just gives you a good old sniff, and she
Does she
says
say
something along the
tragedy?
lines.
Okay,
She
I was
says,
gonna say.
"Sadness, misery," and she gets to each of you, and then she just she crouches at the other side of her cauldron. At this point, you are it's a small circular cottage, and you're all kind of stood around the cauldron. On the one side, one side of this kind of horseshoe semicircle we've got going on here is we've got the playwright, and then each of you around this cauldron. And she just kind of crouches on the floor behind the cauldron, her hands on either side, just like up to here. Her nose kind of goes over, the crooked nose goes over the top of the cauldron, just smelling the inside of her cauldron. And she just gives, "Give it to me.
Oh, would you look at the time? We've got to go.
Give it,
We've
and I
gotta-
will let you pass.
Give what? Us?
Your sadness."
I don't think I can just give that.
She kind of just slinks over to you, and she says, she kind of tries to just get her hand underneath your chin, and just kind of gives you a little tickle, and she just says, "Tell me your tale of woe."
Mine's been mostly fine, honestly. It's mostly alright, really.
Fine, someone else will do. And she kind of slinks over to whomever is next.
Where were you in the order?
I was by the door with Nugget because Nugget can't come in, so I was standing by the door.
And I was second in, so Randall's next.
Oh, Randall. Randall. You can tell that she is desperately thirsting after a sad, sad tale.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Would you like to? Would you like to give any kind of skill checks, any rolls that you're looking for, any kind of insight you want? That's not me suggesting roll an insight. I'm just saying.
No, I think definitely do an insight, because especially after reading that book or seeing that book get read, that was Danger Book. Can't be too careful with your stories.
What? Which danger book are you talking about?
The mushroom book.
Oh, the mushroom danger book. Yeah, I thought that might
The
be the
mushroom
one
danger
you're
book.
talking. Okay.
What mushroom danger?
Okay.
Zoktmoy.
The guy read it and then couldn't stop reading it, and then something took over his mind, and then he turned into a giant mushroom.
Oh, that mushroom guy. Yes.
There's been so many mushroom guys. Like, how do you remember them all?
Completely forgot.
To be fair, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Only in D&D is sniffing threatening. Thirst trap. So you want to roll insight? You got 15. Okay. What kind of insight are you trying to gauge?
Whether this is like an evil kind of like give me your story, or like a good give me your story.
I would like to know
okay.
if she's evil.
Like, is there intentions like to cause me harm?
Right. Okay. So it's very difficult to determine that. What you can
Did I roll a
glean.
15?
You did roll a 15. You could roll a 20 and it could be difficult. Who knows? What you can glean from your interaction with her so far is that it seems like she is absolutely going to benefit from whatever this is. You have heard tales of hags, as they are referred to. And often they are depicted in the greatest tales that you have documented as innately malicious people, because they've that's just part of how they conduct themselves on the whole within your stories, and that they in many cases kind of just they what's the word I'm trying to look for? They bench. I
thought of that earlier when I was like caricature. I was like, I should have said bench and then caricature.
The memes. They sustain themselves on certain things that are often come along with the kind of the normal life experience. In this case, you suspect that the way that she sustains herself is on sadness.
I know a couple of people who do that.
Oh dear. So what you suspect is that you don't necessarily feel like she has any intentions on inflicting sadness upon you, but that she might benefit from hearing sad stories. And it does seem a lot like when she said that she would let you leave, you feel like that was genuine, but you just don't know the degree of that. Yeah, if there are any strings attached to that, you're unclear.
But she doesn't just want a sad story, she wants our sad story, or like my sad story.
That appears to be the case.
I don't know if I've got a sad story.
It's unclear. I mean, you could make up a story and pretend it was your own, but I would require a deception check from you.
Well, I feel like I'd probably just be honest, be like, I don't have a sad story.
Oh, but there is such great sadness.
I have a sad story. Wait, I forgot. I have one.
She gets herself really close to your face. Yes.
Okay, get ready.
I'm very, very aware of everything. It's all in character. It's necessary for full immersion, but I'm
Yes.
worried about clips.
Or gifts. Who knows?
Uh-huh.
I was abandoned at birth by my parents. I'll never know who they are. Pretty sad.
So sad. That's so sad.
Very sad.
But there's more.
What do you mean? More?
I can tell.
Don't
You are brimming with sadness.
No, I think that's it.
Okay. She looks very skeptical.
Aura's
not
like
be-
obviously thinking very hard. Like, is there something else that's sad?
There's like you get the sense that perhaps her sadometer may not be completely time linear,
Oh.
and that perhaps the sadness that she is sensing isn't something that's happened in your past. So for you right now, that's not very helpful. But regardless, she moves on and she gives a big old sniff to Neurali.
Who has been just kind of like staring off in a corner, like, don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me.
As she gets to you, she lifts up part of your cloak and robe to kind of just inspect the nice material.
Bit rude.
As she kind of like rubs against it, like, she seems to really hate how lovely and soft it is.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it must be dreadful wearing this all the time. Why
Yes,
do you
it's-
cloak yourself so?
It was a gift on my birthday.
Oh, such a horrible birthday gift.
I suppose everybody likes different things.
Here! She turns around. She grabs a bone chunk out of the broth soup that she has behind her, which she pulls out, and you can see that it is just rotted meat. And she just kind of rubs it on your cloak and robe. Here! Have this! And she presents it to you.
The cloak can get dirty, but the actual like robe can't. So that'll be interesting to see how she reacts to that. But she definitely
doesn't
will just
notice.
kind of just gingerly like grab it by like a bone, not rotted meat end, and just
Mhm.
kind of hold it. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. She moves in and she licks it from bottom to top. And then she pushes it against your chest. Keep it! Keep it!
I'll surely treasure it.
Would you say how would you say that your character feels about having this presented to them? Is it some form of sadness, maybe misery?
I think that definitely like there's some misery in there.
Oh, she
Probably
loves
not
it.
sadness.
Oh,
Definitely
she loves
not.
it.
Yeah, misery.
Oh boy. She reveling, but she
Mhm.
waits patiently for your tale of woe.
Does she ask again, or does she just stand there?
But she stands there, but like her eyes twitching away, like she can't stay still. She's kind of like
Did
you can see that she's physically. There's something very physical about the enjoyment that she's having here. I want to clarify that it's not sexual in any way.
Thank you.
for future clipping
What?
purposes.
What are the pygmies looking like now?
The
They got their ears
pygmies.
up.
Just the tails, the curly tails.
Yeah.
Does that mean we can go now?
Tell me! Stop holding back! She's visibly drooling.
Well, I almost died a little bit ago. That's pretty sad.
I don't taste the sadness. How did you almost die?
She kind of like looks around at everyone.
These guys are fucking shit party members. Keep taking loads of damage in fights.
No. My family tried to kill me.
It's so sad. Tell me more.
I don't know why. I wish I could tell you more.
Oh, delicious. Oh, the woe. That is terrible. You can see over the course of this conversation with Neroli, especially, her kind of hunched over nature has kind of started to. She appears to be having more confidence, whereas previously she came in and she hid herself behind the door frame, and then she hid herself behind the cauldron. Now she's kind of standing a little bit more tall. You can see that almost as if she's getting kind of power from this.
Concerning.
Succulent. She kind of wanders over to Haiku, gives him a good old snifferoo.
Could you just back off a little bit to begin with, please? I'm not-
Yes, to begin with. Yes.
Thank you.
She's returned to the cauldron, but now you can see that she's stood. She kind of drips her hand into the extremely hot broth, and she starts to lick her fingers. Noticing how uncomfortable that makes all of you, she enjoys it.
Does she want to hear my tale of
Yes.
sadness?
Oh, she's staring
Yes.
directly at you. She's waiting.
Oh, well,
Saliva dripping.
I like to keep a positive mindset, so I wouldn't call myself sad necessarily. But the other night, wandering through these very woods with a different party, and they're all gone now, including my most treasured possession. It's gone.
Oh, they're gone.
Hmm.
How sad. Oh, that's terrible. Go. You must find them immediately.
Well, that was the plan.
Go. You see that she moves out of the way of the doorway and she gestures you through. Go.
When she does that, if Haiku doesn't start moving, Nerly's just going to like really start pushing. Go.
Haiku will definitely gets pushed out the door then.
Okay. All right. You get shoved out of the doorway. The rest of the party follow.
Not
Yeah.
shoved. Gently scooted along.
Guided.
Yeah.
I say
Guided.
bye.
Suggested.
Okay. All
I
right.
say bye to play right out the door.
Okay.
Oh, hey Shadow, thanks so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you had a
Hello
good
there.
stream.
Hello there. You've thankfully just missed something. Just you really need to see the VOD. I can't really describe how uncomfortable that made everybody. But anyway, you are gently nudged then out of the doorway. into the next area. You see here that the floor beneath your feet is now sodden. The ground does not appear to be firm in any sense of the word. But you see, once again, you're back in this dense forest. Come on, Tom. Bench. This dense forest. But in this case, there is a very small area just outside of the immediate exit of the cottage that has, once again, kind of a structure to it. It looks like it's kind of been orchestrated. There's no way that the pathways that you've been experiencing, the blockages that you've been seeing from these trees that have been kind of fencing you in almost, there's no way, and Oro will tell you this as a ranger if this is something that comes up in any kind of conversation, that this is natural in any regard, that trees have grown in this way without some kind of someone behind, some guiding hand in some way, magical or otherwise. But what you see in the center here is one giant tree, and around this, in the very center of this kind of semicircular, or not circular, circular clearing, is that there is a huge amount of chain that is wrapped around the tree very tightly. The chains are anchored to stones that encircle this tree, embedded in the ground. It's very clear to you, every single one here, that this has some kind of magical nature. As you step into this new area, Patty, weary Patty Pigneys, your new friend, the Green Hag, sits at the doorway and just watches intently. Go, go!
Does she look like she's enjoying it? Like she knows she's putting us in danger?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay.
Well, should we all go to the tree at once or one at a time then?
I want to ask her. I want to be like, what's this? Why is it chained up?
That is mine. Do not touch that. Go, go!
What? Wait, why do you have a tree chained up?
Mine!
I was just wondering why you have.
Don't touch my tree.
Okay. Is it past the tree?
My tree, yes.
Okay.
Go!
Oh, okay.
Into the
Can we know what it
swamp.
is if we don't touch it?
No! So nosy.
It'll make you
Nosy
sad if-
adventurers.
Okay.
Sounds
Go.
like it'll make you sad if we touch it.
I don't want to be sad.
But you like sad.
I like your sad.
What's past the tree?
You can see that there is a parting in the trees that leads onto something you can't really kind of tell from here, but you can see that the fog that you noticed before kind of starts there. It's almost as if you trying to put two and two together from your kind of the recon that you did whilst you were on bat wings above. You actually feel like you might have already encroached into this misty, foggy terrain by quite a way, and that something about this tree is actually keeping that fog at bay.
Right. Okay. Okay, we won't touch the tree. Don't worry about it.
Get out!
What's past the? Should we be
Go that way.
cautious?
You go
Should
that
we be
way. No.
Is there anything like? Is there? Okay. I don't think we're gonna get anything else from her, so we should probably go.
Her excitement is now kind of palpable to the degree where you can see that not only is she like dripping saliva, her tongue is now just lapping out of her mouth. You can see that it's unnaturally long and it's going down to midway down to her chest, kind of just like flapping around,
Okay,
dripping.
we're gonna go. That's fair.
As soon as we're out of like eyesight range, the rotten thing gets tossed like literally anywhere, and I immediately start prestidigitating literally just like my whole self. Like everything, even the stuff that's not dirty, getting prestidigitated.
Acid cloud, walk through it.
Just in case. I wanna tell everyone none of these trees are naturally supposed to be here. None of them. Maybe that tree that she's anchored down is the only good here. Well, good in inverted commas.
It's a good tree?
Well, I mean, she's protecting it for some reason. Maybe magical shit's happening and that's protecting it from not being changed? I don't know.
Can I do a flyby arcana check
You can, yeah, absolutely.
without touching it?
Circus quotes instead of air quotes.
Circus quotes.
Oh, I forgot about the circus language. Oh, remember circus language when we were doing that? Oh, it's been a long.
It's been a long time. Think of some more circus
Been
language.
a long
Especially why I
time.
wanted for Randall to use it in front of Haiku and then explain.
Such a circus talk, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
You can't glean any information about the nature of this. You can tell that there's definitely some kind of magic at work here, because simply by the nature of what you're seeing here. Like there is no way that anybody chains a tree up
Yeah.
without this being purposeful and, like there's something behind it. And
Yeah.
Patty doesn't seem like the kind of person to be doing good aligned magic, does she? So that's pretty much what you glean from your checks.
Well, she's definitely doing some kind of magic. And I don't think it's good.
No. Is forest protecting.
Is there anything specific about the chain wrapped around it?
Jenny might have been talking then, but it didn't come through.
Oh, I just said it. Probably not good, but might be forest protecting or something.
Sorry, Jack, you said something?
Is there anything specific about the chain? Like, is it just a normal chain?
It looks old in that it's rusted in several places, but you can see there's kind of like moss growing on it in certain areas as well.
Okay.
Suspicious.
Well, do we know where we're going? Just that way?
I think just that way.
Does anything look familiar, Haiku?
Your mic is definitely missing stuff there, Jenny. I'm seeing your mouth move.
Oh,
but no words
really?
come out.
I think
Yeah.
it's sensitivity on my mic.
Yeah, it might have been a sensitivity thing. Maybe
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
talking quietly.
I mean, none of it looks familiar to me. I don't recall any chained up trees last time.
Is there more than one path to even choose, or do we just have a one path wonder again?
In this instance, there is just one exit in the tree line that kind of gets a lot foggier as you go on. And you suspect that when you got to that stage, you could probably have a better look.
Guess we do that then.
So that way,
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll wander
Yeah.
that direction.
I'm doing my best to like keep count of where we have been, so that
Okay.
maybe we could find a way back.
Sure.
You mean the Brussels aren't enough?
Oh yeah, also the Brussels. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, and the ground here is gross, right?
Yeah.
So when you toss out the Brussels sprouts, I don't pick it up here because they're dirty now.
You
Will
should
my
take them
black
clean.
goop? Will my black goop be leaving a trail behind it, or is it more just stuck to the legs?
It appears to be leaving a trail behind you. It's an odd sensation because you are aware of it being stuck to your feet, but it's almost like it is self-propagating in some kind of form. Like
Okay.
it's as you like the amount of walking that you've done over the last couple of days has been substantial, and the walking that you've done from the cottage to where you are right now, you've walked through enough sodden, muddy ground that you probably would have washed off the blackness if it was a natural substance.
Okay.
Miles, what? I just want Tom to read that.
What does it say? Is Tom single? Because instead of the classic plots Cirque du Freak, I'd show him some Cirque du Freak. What?
That's exactly what I thought. What?
Miles, stop. Looks old and is rusted in several places. Tom, stop describing my knees.
That I had that similar thought.
Feek, it's
Oh.
slang for shag.
What?
Is it?
Yeah, we don't have that here.
No, that's not. That's not for us.
I inferred that that's what you meant, but I didn't know that that was actually known
No.
slang.
Well,
Plot twist: the
Okay.
tree's name is Harold, and he's from Fallout 3. Oh, that's a reference.
fan of
Theat-
it.
Theatrical topiary. Canuck, that's excellent. Okay. In
God
Ireland,
damn
it
these
is
crucial
down.
specific jokes.
Okay.
All right,
The tree line?
we go on. Yeah, we go on the only way there is to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Don't worry, it's not all railroading.
Yeah, no, we could definitely wander off into the dark forest that there's no path into. But I think we're all of the mind of like, at least this way we know where we came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the
So
forest ships.
the floor, as you continue onwards past this circle of trees, you can tell that the trees themselves, though still dense, do loosen up a little bit. It looks as if this is not quite as organized as the previous trees, but unfortunately the ground stops being steady, and so steady. It was already quite. It was shifting beneath your feet, but now it gives way to a genuine swamp. And for the path in front of you now is, though it spreads into different directions, mostly swamp water. Like, you are going to have to step in the water for this.
Wait, I've still got my waders. I put my waders on.
Now,
Well-
before Canuck comes in here, all right, I'd just like to point out that swamps are, yes, they are nature's sewers. So we're going into sewers again, but this time it's outdoors.
Outdoor sewers, yay!
We should change this campaign now, name to Sewerbound Adventuring.
For real though.
Listen, I promise no more sewers
Unless
for
they're
the rest of the
outside.
campaign.
It's okay, I have prestidigitation
Underground
now.
swamps.
It's fine.
Swamps are a vital part of the ecosystem. Thank you, Adam, and that's specifically why I included them, because I am very eco-minded.
And
I'd
not
like
at all,
you-
because she was definitely a swamp hag.
I'd just like you all to be very aware of swamps.
Swamp water
Swamps.
is another name for moonshine. That's true.
Railroading, ironically, that's what would happen in Cirque du Feek, because I'd lay the track at Tom's lower back.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ! Relentless.
Jesus Christ, Miles. Fucking hell.
He laughs so hard his face turned red. Jesus.
Mostly we call them marshlands and wetlands, or fens. Well, I mean, in this case, we're in swamp.
So we're walking through this.
It's my D&D game, it's a swamp. You're in a swamp, guys.
It's okay. Last time it was like undead things and mind control. This time it's swamp. I think I
Mind
prefer
control.
the swamp to all the mind control.
I'll be honest, I'm trying really hard to hold off on my desire to add more mind control things, because I just love mind control as a mechanism in D&D. But I've done it so much that I gotta rein it in.
I don't even think it was that you did it that much. It was just that I failed it every time. So it felt like a lot to me.
That's fair. That's fair. But regardless, the floor beneath your feet is now turning into kind of just more and more wet. At the moment, it's just above your ankles.
Waders are on.
Waders are on. Putting the waders on.
Mhm.
Okay. How does Haiku feel about being in Swampland?
I'm quite at home in a swamp. You know, it's fairly similar to a jungle.
Yeah.
If someone would like a short ride on my shell while we pass this area, just ask. I mean, I've got enough crap on there, and it's not make much of a difference.
What's a person? Yeah, it's whatever.
Tom likes mind control, like dominating people. Jesus.
Okay, alright, simmer down, chat, for the love of God. Also, can we just mention Evans, the link is called Gorgeous Fine Lasagna Debated. A beautiful set of random words. Oh.
Debated. Gorgeous fine lasagna debated.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. All right.
Oh my god, no more.
Anyway.
I like how sexy this is trying to become in chat.
No, we're moving on.
Reining in on the sex. At no point has this been sexy. It's gross. It's supposed to be gross. All of it's gross. Anyway, so your pathway has now become swamp, and the only areas that you can see that look like they might have firmer ground don't look that much firmer, and for the most part appear to be held up by roots of the trees around you. So it's kind of you judge the ground there to be equally kind of at least you when you're walking through this kind of shallow water, your footsteps, though they are slowed and kind of drudging, and you're having to pull up mud with yourself as you go, feel like the ground underneath feels firm compared to
Would you say that walking through water is difficult?
I knew that you would ask this question. Yes, you seem to be having less difficulty with it because you are using your walking stick.
Doesn't traveling with
They
the ranger
also-
mean we? Yeah.
They also get help when it comes to walking through difficult terrain. But there is a difference between generally difficult environments, which is what the ranger helps with, and genuinely walking through quite thick, slushy mud.
Oh, I thought that
With
we
the-
ignored
with the
difficult
rogue-
terrain because
So with the rogue, but you have to put it within context. For difficult terrain for the rogue, it's traveling at distances. So your idea is, there's something that's difficult, let's go around it, or I can find a good way to get through it without there being any problems. Whereas if you are in a difficult terrain, it's a bit different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the way that I perceived it anyway. Maybe
no one ever plays a ranger around me, so sure, sounds good. I have no
That's-
context for this.
But that's how we're going to proceed regardless. But despite all that, we're now going to move you
To a map of death.
onto a new map. We've got some fancy dynamic lighting going on here today. Hopefully.
Yep.
All working okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dynamicing all over the place.
Try moving your tokens just one square at a time so you can see if it works. Just generally. Yeah, then okay. I don't think Nugget's got
Yep.
vision assigned.
Yes.
Okay.
Nugget as blind as a bat.
Got him.
True facts.
God damn it.
Very good. Okay, so as you are walking through this sludge, it does appear to be getting kind of deeper and denser. It is getting difficult to walk through. It is now getting up to your knees in depth. What you can see around you is, again, dense tree line for the most part. You can see that some of the ground looks more stable than others, but like I said, it's mostly held up by roots of the trees. So when we're looking at this map, please take it with a pinch of salt. To the right, you have a pathway that appears to be blocked off by a fallen log, a tree that's fallen over. However, there does seem to be enough of a distance underneath it. There's maybe 2 foot of a gap underneath it. So for the shorter of you, that would be pretty easy to kind of get under. The branches of the trees around you are very broad, and they are low as well. So once again, we're in an area where flight via Nugget is going to be kind of impossible, though Nugget will have no problem climbing on the trees if they so wish. They would do so at extreme disadvantage if they were carrying anybody.
Yeah. I want Nugget to be going on the trees if possible.
Okie dokie.
Mhm.
So for now, should we assume that Nugget is on the tree line up here, just kind of climbing on the bark?
Yes.
Okay. And we've got all 4 of you are now in this kind of swamp water sludge, but one of you is less weighed down by it, simply by the virtue of having a magical walking stick.
They're great.
They're great.
This is an ad for walking sticks.
But regardless.
I missed the joke, Adam, but I don't think I get it.
Yeah. What joke is there? I missed it.
He said, let me scroll so I can read it. If you build a castle here, it would most likely fall over and sink into the swamp.
Oh.
I just don't get it. No.
Wait, is that a Princess Bride reference?
No,
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
it's Monty Python.
Oh.
Literally talking to someone yesterday and saying how I don't get Monty Python.
That's why I
We've had
responded.
had this discussion so many times.
That's why I was like, maybe a third one would stay up because it tells the whole story of like, we built it and it fell over and sunk into the swamp. And I built a second one and that one sunk into the swamp. Then I built a third one. That one burned down, fell over and sunk into the swamp. But the fourth one stayed up.
Well, every time a Monty Python reference comes up, we make it very clear
We
that
don't
the
know
only
it.
person that's going to get it is Katie.
Somehow. Some fucking how. I'm the one. Somehow.
Anyway, here you are in the swampy swamp.
Swamp.
You're seeing mostly that there are kind of two pathways, or three really, if you count this area down here, through the water. One of them is kind of blockaded by a tree that you think you could probably climb under, possibly over, but with some difficulty. And the other is kind of this pathway over here that leads on deeper into the swamp. Oh, we've lost Katie. We've unlost Katie.
I just didn't want to blow my nose like
Okay.
on camera, unmuted.
All right,
you
okay,
know.
yeah, that's fine.
That's fair. Should we go the? Well, I mean, it's up to you guys. I don't mind going the northern way. We can go under the tree or over the tree if you guys want to staff with that.
Under the tree sounds difficult for some
Yes.
of us.
For
You'll
some
have
of
to go
us.
over it. Yeah.
Even going over it sounds difficult.
Okay. Let's go north then, shall we?
Let's
That
go
sounds
around it.
easiest.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Let's do that then.
Can't go under it. We've got to go through it. Okay. So as you're pushing through, you recognize now that this is getting very thick.
How many C's are we talking?
We're talking at 3 C's so far.
Ooh, chef's kiss.
Thick. Just kidding. And it's starting to be quite a drudge through this pathway. Oro, you notice something. Being the person who is closest to the front, floating atop the water, midway down this pathway over here. It is small, of wooden construction. It appears to have some strings on it.
It's a boat.
Where was it again? Where
For a
did you
mouse.
point at? I didn't see.
Just down this pathway here.
Oh, down this
A
path.
mouse boat.
Okay, I described to everyone what I saw, but not in boat terms.
It's a mouse boat.
Mouse boat. You mean-
So it's random.
Okay. Carry on.
Yeah.
As you get a
Unless
little bit
we can-
closer,
Tell what it is. Okay, there we go.
you can all now see this item. And
Mouse boat.
at the very, very far back, we have our pal Haiku. Haiku,
Yes.
there is a pit in your stomach as you recognize this item. This appears to be a lute that you recognize that belonged to Otis.
It appears, everyone, that there is something of one of my old party members over there in the distance.
Oh, so it's not a tiny
Uh-oh.
mouse boat.
I mean, maybe it's been repurposed, but it seems unlikely.
So we're on the right trail.
It seems we are.
Okay. Is it like destroyed or is it like still fine?
I mean, from what you can see, it looks as if it's kind of just floating on the surface, perfectly functional. But you'd probably have to tinker with it just to see.
Is it like stationary or is it moving a direction? Or...
It's very much stationary. This water is not flowing anywhere.
Okay.
Shall we put this in a bag somewhere or carry it for now, just in
I
case?
prestidigitate it when somebody picks it up.
I think I should grab it.
Okay.
Makes the most sense.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Clean now.
As we walked by, did we see anything to the north?
You mean up here?
Yeah.
There is more dense wood, more trees in the way. It's difficult to really determine anything here because, bearing in mind, this is now in the foggy mist area. You've now kind of got into the point where things are difficult to determine, just vague, foggy shapes in the mist. And seeing that loot in the pathway was kind of difficult enough. The only reason that Haiku noticed it and clocked it so easily was because it was a recognizable thing at a distance.
Right.
Getting closer down here, we have Haiku. Haiku, you have a very high passive perception, don't you?
I think so, yeah.
All of it.
100% of it. Super duper high. You can hear a splashing sound coming kind of from the south.
Is it just a generic splashing sound, or is there?
It sounds forceful. It doesn't sound like something's dripping into a bucket of water. It sounds like something is purposefully slapping onto this sludge beneath you.
Okay. I don't know if anyone else can hear this, but there's splashing ahead. Anyone else can hear that? It's quite. Is this someone's almost struggling, maybe, or it's someone's splashing?
Do I hear it when he points it out? Or when they point it out, excuse me.
Roll a perception check.
Can we all roll perception checks for listening?
The only reason Haiku recognized it was because Tom needed to elicit feelings. Well, no, because Haiku would have elicited feelings when they spotted it for the real, for realsies anyway. Haiku just has a passive perception of 20. Regardless. Okay, we've got, it's recognized by Oro.
I hear it. I hear it too. We should go that way. Surely, right? That makes sense.
Yeah,
So people
definitely.
on quest
Should be
too?
definitely going there.
Okay, alright.
I don't hear it, but I trust you.
Go down over here.
Let's
And
go
by
down
you.
to the that's for yeah. River to pray.
Okay, I would like everybody to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, even me if I'm back a little bit.
Yep.
Damn.
So you know how you're talking about you love the mind control thing.
I said that I would never do that again.
Wisdom saves don't have to be mind control. Wisdom is like
I'd like to use my luck.
But it is
Can I use
also
my
the
luck?
one
You can use your luck here.
Lose my luck.
you can
Hold
lose
on,
it.
let me-
It's better.
Gotta check on something because I think I have a thing for this.
Oh, I just got a thing for this. Maybe, depending on exactly what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to roll my. Oh, don't I have a? There it is. Oh, good. 12.
A little bit favored by the gods.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
teeny tiny bit. Okay. Let's see what rolls we've got. We've got 2 for Haiku. Both of them are 18s.
Yeah, so I have the wrong one to begin with.
Okay, no worries. We got a 15 from Randall, and we got a grand total of what's that? 12 for Nurali. Okay.
Yep.
Okie dokie. In which case, I would like you guys to take 18 points of psychic damage. And roll on a D100 for me, please, each of you.
Is that all of us?
Who?
Just the
Everyone.
people who failed their saving throws.
That almost killed me.
Who
Wait, who
failed
was
the
that?
saving throws?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
assuming
sorry.
I did.
Sorry, the people who failed the saving throws are Nurli and Randall. I could have done that.
44.
That was very messy of me. I apologize.
I just assumed I failed because it's a wisdom save.
Yes,
You know, it's
you
fine.
did fail. Yeah. Okay, 44. What we got from?
Oh, I need to roll d100.
Everyone else takes half damage.
Shit, which was it was
Oh,
18
I do have a
originally, right?
d6.
Half of 18.
Oh wait, does this count as combat? No, it doesn't. Does it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Once they hurt you, it does.
Damn.
I have a million combat d6s. I have no other d6s. I have 5 combat d6s.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Randall has his D6.
Yeah. But is that a combat d6 or a non-combat
Normal.
d6? Normal one. All right, I'll use it.
Oh.
All right. 5.
Okay. All right.
20.
In which case, that saves you. That saves you from taking the full damage.
Oh,
You
so
take
it's
half of
just
the damage.
me. Fell in the wisdom
Just you.
saves again.
I
and
think
you
wisdom is my
have-
highest stat, and I still failed.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
Is it mind control?
This is so good.
Oh, Phil
my
just gave
goodness.
his D6 bonus to Nurli.
Oh,
Just,
my sweet fool. It's too late, my friend.
it's too
Unless
late.
she wants to add it to her D100, in which case it might make it also very funny.
Is that
okay.
a regular d6 or a combat d6?
It's a regular
That's
one,
Regular.
Oh,
but it's too late.
no.
Too late
So-
to d6 now.
There's something about this swamp that suddenly feels extremely claustrophobic to you. And it's not just claustrophobic in a physical sense, but also very much kind of a mental sense. It's almost as if not so much claustrophobic, but there's a pressure on your mind. And that pressure suddenly breaks from just being like this palpable sense of kind of this palpable but very slight crushing sensation to a sharp jab. And as you take that sharp jab to your psyche, you take 18 points of damage. In addition to that, for an instant, for a split second, you can see the skeletons of every person that is with you, including the turtle, which is very bizarre because turtle skeletons are fucked up.
They are, aren't they?
But you can also see skeletons in the water underneath you, and you can see skeletons tied up in roots of the trees. And there is one particular tree directly in front of you that appears to be filled with bones. It is almost as if the tree itself is smoothed bone. And you, for a short period, are now going to be, as a result of the psychic damage that you have sustained, incapable of normal speech or spellcasting.
Oh,
Awesome.
no.
Good job that happened to
Could you
our
roll me
least
a-
magic person.
Could you roll me a 1d10, please?
You have your D6 just in case.
Oh, a 9. Hopefully that's good.
Nope. This
That's-
lasts for 9 minutes.
Can I roll a d6 and subtract it from that?
Yeah, okay.
Do I want to do that? Yeah. Okay, so 4 minutes.
4 minutes. I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Damn it. It was a waste.
It wasn't a waste. I don't think it was a waste. No, it was fine.
And we will put the initiative order on.
Where's initiative?
Oh, I
really?
didn't click myself first.
If you click yourself and then click initiative on your character sheet, it will pop up. It's near the top of your character sheet.
Fuck, I forgot to do that. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do it again and then go and edit it. Oh, it's a whole thing.
Oh, okay, sorry, I see.
You feel the need to pull out your rotten meat bone, Evan.
I put the meat bone in the ground the minute we were out of eyesight. I don't have the meat bone anymore. Oh, I should roll initiative even though I can't do anything probably, huh? Let me do that really quick. Sorry. I'm just like, well, I'm useless. I'm just gonna sit here. It's fine. Oh, I'm so glad I got a good initiative for the first time ever.
As we start this combat,
Oh wait, am
The-
I in the turn order? Sorry.
You gotta
No, you're
click
not yet.
your
You
little
gotta-
icon on the board and then click initiative.
Yeah. I
Then
can
you can
add it
edit.
for you if you prefer.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
it's better that you do it now so you know how to do it. We're not in a rush.
Yeah. So just click your little picture and then press the initiative thing to roll it on your sheet.
Oh, okay. I've already rolled it. Is the issue?
Yeah,
We
but
can
once you
change the
do
number.
that, then it'll give you. You'll be able to edit the new number that it gives you to the original roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you have
I-
you
Not gonna
roll
make
better.
a
It's fine.
huge amount of difference.
So now in the turn order, just click on your 3, and you'll be able to edit it to a 4 and hit enter. Ta-da!
Cool. And I can change
Thank
that in the
I'm glad I
initiative
can help
order.
outside of combat.
Okay. So the splashing noise that you hear is getting it was more and more visceral, more and more purposeful, more and more violent until it stops. And the moment that it stops is the moment that Neurali suffers from this instant pressure migraine. The rest of you feel ripples of that almost. It's like it doesn't even come from a specific area that's outside of your party. It comes very much from Neurali, as if you've been hit by a wave of whatever hit her. So when you take the damage, you take half of that. And you hear the splashing noise stop, and you see from down here, I'm going to have to find a thing for this. I put that in the wrong tab. There we go. You see an individual kind of trudging through the swamp water. They turn to you. Their eyes are deep red. And Haiku, you recognize this individual as Idel Inabras.
Wizard.
Yep, your wizard pal.
Idel? Is that you?
They have no recognition in their eyes. All you see is red. They are a small dwarf individual who's got a tunic on that you can only just about see because the water is up to about midway through their waist. You can see that they have a quarterstaff, or what was a quarterstaff, as it's now broken. You can see that it is covered in blood, and you can see that they are swamped up the wazoo. They are pulling themselves towards you by digging the quarterstaff into the roots of the trees around them and pulling themselves forward. You can see vaguely that there is magical residue on the end of the staff. But you can also see that there is very seriously something wrong. Something is amiss. This isn't the individual that you completely recognize. And I'd love to have a dwarf token for you, but for some reason, there are none in my searchy thing. So I'm going to have to look for some tokens. So if you give me 2 seconds, if you guys want a bio break, now's the time.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right, bio break time it is.
Whilst I look at tokens. It's usually easy enough just to type the word dwarf in there and it'll give you a bunch of dwarf tokens, but apparently not this time. I have a lot of tokens.
Give us a hint with some ASMR pouring action.
That's so loud and it doesn't stop.
It helps that it's a metal cup.
Right, I'm going to upload this token. I'm going to go do my bio break. Be right back.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I got screwed by the wisdom saves again. It doesn't matter what character I'm playing, I'm bad at them. It also doesn't help that in 5th edition, like 90% of spells want you to do a wisdom save. Should have played a druid. It would have been nice to have proficiency in wisdom. Although I say that though, and then I got proficiency in wisdom last time, and I still failed all the wisdom saves. So I don't think it really matters. I think I'm just destined to roll poorly enough to never succeed on a wisdom save. Here we go again on these rolls. Katie babysitting us in chat. Yeah. I know Tom usually plays guitar for you, but I'm not nearly as good at the ukulele as he is at guitar, so that's probably not the best idea. Oh my gosh, I have to watch the evil DM laugh. He let me roll that too, knowing he was immediately going to ask us to roll initiative. I just noticed Jenny going, it wasn't a waste, it was fine. I'm like, no, it's a waste. I feel the pain of the bad rolls. You could see the plotting in his face. I know. I saw. That's why I paused and questioned it. I was like, do I want to do that? Something tells me I don't want to do that. Well, I'm going to do it. Yep, I should have done that. Katie's stream take over. It is. It's my stream now. It's a musical background.
I like it.
I am all for this.
I need to go actually look up at the chords. I won't remember. Oh yeah, you're right back. Just kidding.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Commodore.
We were just reminiscing. Hi, Commodore. Pretty good that the title says Twitch RPG.
The title says Twitch RPG? Ripker?
Is it?
What?
What?
Oh, the title in the clip. It literally does.
Oh, yeah.
Triumphant
Oh, yeah.
single sardine Twitch RPG.
Whoa.
I noticed it right before you said it, Commodore. It's okay. I got you. We were just musing over your evil DM laugh that Evan clipped. I could see it. I could see the mischief in your face. And I was like, do I want to do this? I'm going to do it. And I instantly regret it. I tried to use your inspiration wisely, fool. I'm so sorry. I tried. We're all fools down here.
Just patiently wait for Doxy to get back.
The best part is that after taking 18 points of damage, I only have 8 hit points.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorcerer. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So-
You've been rolling your hit points?
Yeah, no, I've been taking the average. But I
You
only
have a-
have one con. The sorcerers only have a d6.
Oh shit! Fucking hell. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you said 18. I was
Woo.
like, oh, good. I'm almost dead. Oh, and I can't cast spells. It's so lovely. I'm so glad I can't cast spells.
Ooh, D6 is
Be good.
low, man. D6 is low.
Damn.
Yep.
We were doing when we were putting together Jack's character. I was like, oh, you got an okay amount of health. That's okay. All right. Okay.
Not me.
Oh dear.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh dear. All right. Is the dwarf up? The dwarf's up. Sorted. Sorted there. Roll their initiative whilst Doctor's in hell.
Just relearn how to play Oro again for a minute.
It's combat brought to you by Tesco's when you need a quick snack before the kobolds attack.
Uh-huh.
Space, bath, taking a bath.
First they jabbed the swamp, now the swamp japes back.
Okay. Fantastic. All
Oh,
right.
I just saw your musical reference full. I'm sorry. It was a good one though. Think positive. Another sad story to tell the hag. Yeah.
That's right.
I almost died in the swamp.
That is a silver lining. Okay, right. We start at the top of the turn order with Randall Dundragon.
Hey, Bryce.
So the scene that we begin this combat with, Randall, is that you've just been hit by what feels like a wave of pain, searing psychic agony that has radiated from Neurali, and you get a sense that, oh shit, something's going down.
Yes.
From the south comes whomever was making the slappy, tappy noises on the water surface, and it appears to be a small dwarf who is struggling with the water level, but they've got malice in their eyes. There is only seething rage. They've got blood on their staff and muck all over their tunic as they are pulling themselves through the water in your direction. And they look in just generally at you guys
Generally
like,
just-
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you bad. And then you've got Haiku saying, buddy, oh pal, what's
dude.
what's going on over there?
What's the hip
Idle?
house?
Adele?
So then, well, I mean, it attacked us already, so I'm gonna go beat it up.
Did
You
it
have-
attack us?
You are not certain that the dwarf attacked you.
Oh,
But you know
then I
danger's
might
here.
not. But I might not beat it up then.
Well, you've seen what the dwarf looks like as well, and he's dragging himself towards us with
But
dead
but
eyes.
it's
might be
idle.
like,
We don't know him.
Hi,
yeah.
He's just a creepy dead dude crawling towards us with half a staff. or
Okay.
whatever.
Can I move and then ready an action?
Yes?
Okay. Then I will move.
I'd like to point out that everybody is moving at half speed apart from Randall.
Woo! I'm still moving fast.
Fast boy.
So yeah, I'm gonna move up to like in front and be like, I want to say like, "Are you all right?" But then I want to ready an action, which is like if
Are you
they
all
keep
right?
coming at me or like start to like attack, then I'm gonna give them the 1-2 combo with the quarterstaff.
The 1-2 combo.
Yep, it's actually the 1-2-3-4
Okay.
combo.
So, sorry, what under what conditions are you going to give the 1-2 combo?
Like if they like could like lunge at me or like go to attack me.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Nugget's turn. Do you want to move Nugget? Will we having Nugget on your turn, Oro?
Yes, actually, yeah, we
Yes.
were, weren't we? Yeah, okay, I'll change that. Sorry.
That's right. Let me reshuffle that for you. Neurali. I'd like to reiterate that you cannot speak intelligibly, and you cannot cast spells.
Yeah, so you know that scene in Snow White where she's running through the like haunted woods and her clothes keep getting like grabbed by things and she starts seeing like scary faces and everything. There's a little bit of that kind of going on in the back there. Start like take a few steps, like look afraid of everything around, like maybe get to like here, see what's going on over here, maybe try to like move hands, speak some gibberish, nothing happens, confusion, fear. That's it. That's the end of my turn.
Excellent. Okay, very good. If you do you have an inspiration right now? If you continue with the completely accurate effects of the affliction that you have, I'll give you an inspiration point at the end of that.
Sweet.
Okay, we're moving on. Back to Idel. Idel completely ignores Randall
Oh, it's fine then.
and instead casts a spell.
Oh shit.
The condition in which you had attack do the
Where's
do
that
the
evil
combo
DM laugh clip? Where is it?
was if they attack you, which they are not doing. They are casting this spell at Haiku. Haiku, you are going to take some spell damage. Unless
Okay.
you have any instance in which you would like to. Do you have any actions that you'd like to take that might mitigate this?
I don't.
The audio went so funny for that. Like, I know that you were going, but The volume just went right down midway through that, so it was just a very quiet.
No, I don't think there's anything I can do.
No, okie dokie. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, I've rolled very high. Okay.
GG.
So
Melvin, take to the forest.
as you kind of see your friend, the previous companion, step around the corner, you see him scan the area, look at you with no recognition, and then bring up the unbroken part of their quarterstaff and just cast their hands in a semicircle. As they do so, you can see sigils appear on their fingertips that are laid in the sky or in the air in front of him, and 3 darts of magical energy seem to just very purposefully avoid everybody in front of you and just specifically strike you. As they do so, they kind of knock you almost, not enough to move you a space on the map, but you take a grand total of 13 points of damage. That's
That's half my remaining HP gone.
For a magic missile, that is very high rolling.
It's very high rolling, yeah.
But yeah, pow, pow, pow.
Jack just got 2 combat D6s.
Ooh.
Just so you know, Jack.
Can you use those while you're unconscious?
God.
Yeah, maybe. Death saving throw.
Oh, did Malkovich give us a haiku? I think you need
Yes,
this.
yes,
Combat
he
is
did.
quite harrowing. This is for haiku. Very
Ah,
good. I like that a lot, Mal.
okay.
I
Well, what-
noticed it.
What can I do with them? Is there anything I can do here? Or is it too late?
You couldn't have done anything against magic missile anyway. Magic missile
Oh,
automatically
okay.
hits unless you have the shield spell.
Unless you have the shield spell.
Okay.
But that is the entirety of this person's turn. And unfortunately, they didn't attack Randall because Randall made his his hold an action thing very specific. And we move to Nugget and Oro's turn.
Okay, I want to get my bow out and shoot him. I'm not waiting around any longer.
I was going to say, what's your immediate character's reaction to this scenario?
I immediately get my bow out and shoot him in the head is my immediate reaction to a crawling dwarf in this swamp. Yes.
Okay, all right, okay. Do you think Oro's noticed Nurali's condition?
No, they're both behind me. I don't think I
No,
would have
okay.
noticed. No.
Okie dokie.
It all
Alright,
sounds
in
like
which case-
gibberish when she casts spells anyway. But we don't know any different.
Okay, that's true. In which case, please roll your attack, and remember that if you hit, you have your sneak attack, which you can apply because Randall stood next to him.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Make you do that. 42,
That's a hit.
9, and then a
9 points of
sneak.
damage, and then your sneak attack.
An
Okie
extra
dokie.
1.
An extra 1. Better than 0.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Well, that is a considerable portion of this gentleman's health.
Excellent.
As you manage to loose your arrow, deftly kind of avoiding striking Randall, because Randall is not exactly making a lot of moves right now. But regardless, you manage to pierce our poor little boy here. Is there anything you'd like to do with Nugget?
Is this bit around here trees as well?
It's all trees.
Okay. I want Nugget to get in there then, if possible, and give him a little bitey bite.
A little old bitey bite. That's very easy for Nugget to achieve. Yeah, 100%.
That always roll
17 would have
hit.
It might be toggled on by accident, but
Yeah.
regardless, 17 hits.
6. And I want to
That was
use Nugget's D6 combat D6. Can I do that?
Does Nugget have a combat D6?
Yeah, Nugget was given a combat D6. Can I increase my piercing damage with it?
I don't think we
Damn
said
it.
that D6s could
Yeah, no, I don't
increase
think so, but I thought
damage.
I'd try.
But they hit regardless, so that's okay.
Okay. Can I move up as well?
You can, just remember you're in deep water
Yeah.
and you don't want to be too close to a melee attacker if you're using ranged weapons. You can't sneak attack in waders.
I think I'm more sneaky in waders, actually. I'll just move 1 space forward and just stay here.
Okie dokie. Haiku.
I've completely ignored my friendship with this particular person now. After that,
Oh, really? So someone
yeah.
someone whom is very positive and optimistic and very friendly. The second that they attack you with a magic missile, just one measly magic missile that does half your health.
That takes half your health. Yeah.
I'll be
One
hitting a
measly-
lot of
and
damage.
you just cast it aside. I see how it is.
Wouldn't you?
Yes, I don't blame you.
Probably.
uh,
It's an adventuring party, not his brother. I
I
met you 2 days ago. You never do a thing like this.
But this is part of Haiku's character. Haiku loves making friends.
I know, I was joking.
I do, but when they betray me, I don't like it.
Very, very, very low tolerance. Extremely low tolerance. If you got shanked by someone, pretty sure you'd like get the message we're not friends.
See?
I
I-
concur with this assessment.
Well, okay, wait. Go to your flaws section of your character sheet, Haiku.
Yes.
Could
I
you-
assume everyone likes me regardless of how they treat me.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Interesting. Oh,
Don't let him bring up flaws. He doesn't pick up flaws for his own character. He doesn't pick up in Evan's game that we're playing right now. He's not picked any flaws. Don't let him pull you out on your own.
I wasn't going to. What I wanted to do was bring that to the attention of people as to why I asked that question. Why what Adam said doesn't apply.
Okay, well, I don't want Jack to feel like he has to
You
act
role
a certain
play
way.
your character. I don't want you to feel that way either. You role play your character however the fuck you like to role play your character. To the degree where if you would like to change your flaw, that is okay. Or if you think that flaw is not applicable to someone stabbing you.
I was going to say,
That's
put a
fine.
brackets at the end.
Yeah,
unless they
exactly,
stab you.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
they cause me.
It's going to need to be edited because I think getting
You probably would have
physically
got the
hurt by
message.
someone is gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's
Yeah.
fair. And I think that's a good opportunity for us to have developed your character flaw.
Or at the very least, someone who also appears to be perhaps a zombie. Maybe there's another layer of the you kind of look like
Yeah.
you died a long time ago and you're still walking and that's not good. That's not good.
Mm.
Okay. That was more of an opportunity for me to just probe just how far that flaw went. And I'm glad that we've clarified. Regardless, what do you want to do with your turn?
How far away from?
So each of these squares is 5 foot, but there's a ruler tool if
5
you'd like to
foot.
use that.
What's about 10, 15 feet away?
You're 15 feet
Oh.
away.
There you go.
15 feet. Okay. I would like to cast Lightning Lure and bring him a little bit closer to me if possible.
Right. Okay. All right. Please click that spell so it goes in the chat for us all.
Yeah,
This is one of the Tash's spells, isn't it?
it is. Yes, it might not work. We're there. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. There is no rush. Technically, it is Sword Coast. Oh, really? Is it in the Sword Coast Adventuring guide as well?
Yeah, they
Okay.
did. I think in Tasha's, they combined a lot of stuff that had already come out in other books because with Adventure League, you can only use 2 books to make your character. And so they took a lot of their smaller releases and kind of shoved a bunch of stuff into Tasha's.
I'm
as
okay with
well.
that because it makes it a bit more accessible. All right, so they need to make a strength saving throw. If they fail their strength saving throw, they are moved 10 feet, is it?
Yes, 10 feet.
And if they arrive within, is it 5 feet or 10 feet of you, they take the damage?
Uh,
Tell you what, I'm going to go on.
yeah. If you're within 5 feet of me, so you'd have to move the full 10 feet.
Okay, I'm just going to edit something on your character sheet a second. On. There we go. So now if we do this. Did that work? That didn't work, did it?
If you
Nope.
switch it to description,
yeah,
then it
that's what I
doesn't
was
roll the
doing.
attack. You have to switch it back and forth.
Oh, that's really annoying.
Yeah.
I was doing stuff with Roll20 earlier and it was pissing me off, and I was like, I don't want to complain about Roll20 because it's largely pretty good. But okay, oh, I have to press the done button. That's why. Cast at what level? It's a cantrip. Can you cast? You can't. Oh, you can cast it.
Yeah, I'm just casting it as a cantrip.
There you go. It has a description for it. So you create a lash of lightning that strikes at one creature of your choice that you can see within 15 feet of you. Target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you and then take 1d8 lightning damage if it is within 5 feet of you. And it increases by 1d8 when you go up to 5th level, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Right. So what's happened is you've grabbed him, you've formed this lightning whip, essentially, struck your former friend and ally, and yanked them through the dense swamp, through Randall and Nugget towards you. That's moved them, because they've failed their saving throw, 10 feet, which is not close enough to you. Oh, it moves them in a straight line. Oh no. It's going to collide with Oro.
I'm so sorry.
We're both small. We could share.
Yeah, you're
as
both
well.
small. Yeah. I think dwarves count as medium, fortunately, for the dwarf, but because you're small, I think you can share a square with them. No, because you're not tiny, you're just small.
And you
Yeah.
can't share with an enemy. Can you?
That's
Yeah.
true. That's fine. He gets pulled towards you anyway. Oro's in the way for the effect of you getting, because he's, if he gets pulled 10 foot, that would have been there. So he would have taken the damage. But because Oro's in the way, we're not going to be dealing any damage. But so for flavor, describe to me. So this is the first time you've cast magic really around this party, and artificers cast magic in a slightly different way, don't they? So
Yeah.
Describe to us how it is that you cast the spell, what it looks like.
Well, if you remember last session, I have like a clockworky, mechanically gauntlet running up my arm, and so it comes out of the gauntlet like there's a series of like small tools or almost crystals built into it, which it channels through and then comes out at the end of my hand essentially.
Beautiful. So you create this whip using simply the tools that are manifested on your gauntlet, kind of armband bracer sort of deal, which forges itself in your hand. You whip at your friend and you yank them towards you. As you do so, it knocks Randall and Nugget aside just gently to a position between yourself and Oro. Oro, it kind of gets splashed by the mud of Adele as he gets splashed into the swamp in front of you, but that is all that happens regarding that. Didn't leave anybody's square of threat, so no opportunity attacks, but he is absolutely surrounded. At the top of the turn order, something else is going to happen. I would like let's say Randall.
How did I know?
And Nugget to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, no.
Okay. In which case, Oro,
Okay.
please roll
Oh.
on... Oh, no. Actually, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to roll on anything. I mean, you're not fine. Something bad's going to happen, but you don't have to roll on anything.
Yeah.
Wait, Oro or Nugget?
It's Nugget, right?
Oh, Nugget. Sorry,
Yeah.
Nugget.
It just comes up.
It comes up with your
Oro.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, Nugget is in a bad way. Nugget is going to take no damage at all, actually. But Nugget is going to have a similar affliction to Adele. You see that Nugget's eyes glow red. Nugget is now going to be overcome with murderous intent for 1 minute. While overcome with this murderous intent, they have advantage on melee rolls, and they are compelled to kill creatures within 30 feet of the thing that has done this. The creature is unable to distinguish friend from foe and must attack the nearest creature other than whatever I'm referring to. If no creature is enough, it is near enough, it will move to attack. So it is quite happy to attack Adele. It doesn't have to attack Randall. But it will. Adele is moved again, then they'll have to attack.
Him.
I'll try not to.
Okay. As this spell goes off, I will... What's your passive perception again, Oro? I should have this all written down. I've got it in a document somewhere. I'm just really lazy.
It's 15.
15. Okay, yourself and Haiku notice that the branches on this huge tree to the east here kind of shift a lot when this new kind of affliction is made apparent on Nugget. Out of context, this is the tree that Neurali saw filled with bones, but Neurali can't communicate that. So Randall, top of the turn order.
Well, shit. Is what Randall says.
That's reasonable.
What do we do? And then I'm gonna hit the dwarf. So I forgot the name of Idel.
Idel? What?
Idel dwarf.
Idel.
Idel. Okay, you're gonna hit Idel.
Yep. And I'm not gonna do just any old hit. I'm gonna do a stunning strike.
Oh.
You got a combat d6.
And I got a combat d6. We'll see if I need that. So, do I get 2 attacks as well? Okay, no. I have not done combat for too long. I do a whacker of that.
That's it.
Which is 21. And then it needs to make a Constitution saving throw against some number that I have somewhere.
Been a while. We went on a big old hiatus, and then we haven't done any combat for a while. So give us a
I
sec.
believe 14.
He fails.
So it is now stunned for 1 turn.
Okay.
I think.
Do they take any damage for that?
They do from the attack as well, yes. To the end of my next turn, sorry.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to spend an extra key point, and I'm going to do 2 whappers.
Adam. So do they take damage from, I assume you apply Stunning Strike to the first one?
Yep. So that's just a normal attack. So does the 19 also hit?
Yes. 7 does not.
Great. Okay. 15 points of damage.
Okay. The kind of dripping remains of this soggy dwarf corpse are looking pretty rough right now, like falling apart rough. And it's only during this kind of attack that you pull off. Do you want to describe this attack in any way? What do you do?
Well, I think so. Like, just seeing what's happened to Nugget, and like it's like half focused on that, and then also just like you need to also deal with this other problem. That kind of like it's half like constantly looking back to Nugget and being like, and like whacking on maybe on like across the back of the head, and then punch to the ribs.
Beautiful. Whacked and punched to the ribs. Idel is looking pretty rough. Like super close to real death rough.
The sweet release.
And we move
on.
on.
A sad story.
Another one noted down.
Yeah.
You notice actually during this instance now, as you are facing the direction of Idel, that at the end of the tree line back here, you can just about see the hag.
I assumed that we'd be able to hear her.
Patty. Patty is watching through the tree line, enjoying it very viscerally, in a non-sexual way. Nearly.
Okay, so I know we just talked about how Nearly can't communicate anything and all that, and my intent wasn't actually to communicate anything, but I feel like during all this confusion and seeing the bones everywhere, the big tree of bones would definitely be scary to her. So my intention before you said that was definitely to have her just kind of like slowly backing away and like talking gibberish and kind of pointing at the thing and being generally scared, but it's not intending to like communicate anything to them. It's more like, this is obviously what you would do if you saw a tree made of bones.
I recognize that and appreciate that you're not trying to circumvent any kind of communication thing. Because it says you can't speak coherently and you can't cast spells. It doesn't say you can't communicate.
Yeah.
So you're kind of speaking gibberish and moving away whilst looking very obviously at the big bone tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And not trying to get anyone's attention or anything. Literally like trying to cast a spell, didn't work, looks at hands, looks up at big tree and starts backing away like So probably gonna move. We're at half speed, so I can make about that far, I think.
Okay. Could you, for the sake of everybody in chat and all the other players, give us some gibberish?
Sure. So after she tries to cast a spell and it doesn't work, she kind of looks at her hands for a second and then looks up at the tree and is like, oh,
Excellent, thank you very much.
10 out of 10 gibberish.
Very happy.
Excellent gibberish.
Was it Simlish?
No, it was Russian.
Okay.
But it was half of words.
Okay. All right. It was Russian.
Очень приятно. It's very nice to meet you.
This tree of bones, like it's a pleasure.
But that's half words because it's not actually nice.
Okay. We move on to Idell's turn, who does nothing because it's stunned, or they're stunned. They just kind of wobble somewhat in the water. And then we move to Nugget. Nugget has to attack somebody. It's close. We got a bite attack.
Does bite
And
hit?
a miss. It misses.
Use my combat d6.
Do you want to kill the one thing that's stopping Nugget from attacking other people?
Well, my thought process was that it would end after that would die.
Okay,
But-
maybe.
Now you've said that to me, no.
But Nugget does make another saving throw.
Wisdom?
Mhm.
21.
Hey! Nugget is safe.
Oh, the
Nugget
party
is
safe.
no longer the party is safe from Nugget tearing them a new one. Nugget is okay. No more spooky, scary brain fog for Nugget.
Oh great,
And
can
we
I
move
can I
on
hit him
to-
now?
Nope, that's gonna be the end of your turn.
Good,
Oro,
it's my
though-
turn.
Uh-huh.
Can I still use my bow at this range, or is it? I can't remember. Is it a disadvantage if I'm close? Or
No,
is it-
yeah, you're at disadvantage making a ranged attack against someone who stood next to you.
And this is class to stood next to.
But you get advantage because they are stunned.
Oh yeah.
So actually, does that mean you don't even get disadvantage? You just
Yeah, you're
get
just
straight up
fine.
advantage.
You just
Because they
use
can't
normal.
Okay.
do anything to interfere with you.
But can I use disengage to move back and then shoot, and it would be an advantage?
Or you could just step back because they can't attack you.
Yeah, they can't attack
Oh,
you, so you
okay.
can just move.
Okay, I'll just move back one then
Uh-huh.
and do a little shoot.
There you get advantage and sneak attack.
Okay.
And nugget attack.
Yep.
And attack.
Nugget,
attack.
yeah, because Nugget can use their reaction to attack. So that's a hit.
8.
8 damage.
Attack, 4.
4.
And
And then
Nugget
you can
attack.
use a reaction attack from Nugget as well,
25.
which is also a hit.
7.
Look how much damage that is in one turn.
That's so much damage.
Yes.
Okay, all right. This guy is shredded by your attacks. Do you have anything particular that you would like to describe for Idel being torn to pieces not only by arrows but also by a very confused Nugget?
Well, I mean, Oro's aiming straight for the eyes or head, whichever one is more apparent to her at the time.
Okay.
I guess Nugget doesn't have much thought other than this thing needs to die. Time to kill it.
Okay. Well, that's absolutely what happens because a limb is shredded from underneath the swamp water. The leg is taken out from underneath Adele as they fall face first into the swamp, and Nugget just comes back up with a leg in his mouth. He spits out promptly, and Adele is gone. Haiku.
I
Can
Is
take
there
a
any way I
moment for your
can-
friend.
yeah, yeah, just a very brief moment though. I would like. Can I walk up and examine the remains, or are they gone?
They aren't gone. They're under the water. You can take a good estimate of where they are.
Okay.
We are not out of combat yet, though.
Oh. Okay. I'd like to try and examine the remains anyway.
Okay. All right. In which case, you would move over to where they used to be, or where the remains are. Trudge through the thick water here, and take a second to pull them out of the swamp and have a look. Give me an investigation check here. So this will be talking in combat terms. This is your movement to get there, and your action is investigating the corpse.
Okay.
Not fab,
No.
but acceptable. Not out of combat because Nugs is clear now. Nugs is clear. But regardless, you inspect the corpse, and it does appear that Adele may have actually been alive. They definitely aren't now. But they were alive before they were pierced and shredded. And it is difficult to tell, but it looks like they were probably damaged before that. And as you are here, you can see clutched in one hand is the quarterstaff that he had broken and was casting spells with. And in the other hand is a tuft of hair.
Can I inspect the tuft of hair?
I'll add this to your investigation as it is.
Okay.
It looks a lot like the hair that was on Otis's head. It is a very kind of deep red that you would have associated with your tiefling bard friend.
Okay.
Attached to the hair is the scalp.
Lovely.
Are we just going to slowly go down until it's like more and more?
This gets worse as time goes on.
Attached to the scalp.
Is
It's
a
the top of the
forehead.
skull.
I'm just gonna hold it up. Just not gonna say anything. Just hold it up so everyone sees. And sort of.
Careful, we might think.
Well, just sort of. So not like
This is going on the shell.
not like. Well, they did cross my mind.
Ew.
Not like showing it off, but just making sure people felt like in a sort of a grim.
Yeah.
This is just look what I found.
Okay.
Wait. At this point, I turn around to Neuralee. Is Neuralee?
I'm not looking at you.
What is Neuralee
That
doing?
is such a great response to like, I know what Jenny's fishing for, and you know what Jenny's fishing for. But the fact that you just said, I'm not looking at you.
What does
So
Neuralee
Neuralee is currently like she's staring at this tree over here.
Yeah.
And she looks absolutely terrified. And she's like muttering stuff that you either can't hear or don't understand. And it's just generally kind of like backing away from it. And there's like blood coming out of her nose and her ears.
And what's another example of what she's saying right now?
It's actually the same stuff, because what I'm in my head, what I'm thinking is like she's basically being like tree bones, but it's like that's all she can get out but it sounds weird.
In gibberish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or partly Russian.
She's not like having like full communication, like thought process right now. She's just like so.
Okay, well, having noticed that that's happening and she's bleeding, I'm always gonna be like, Neuralee, what the fuck? Are you okay? What's happening?
Just still kind of backing away from the tree.
Randall, something's very wrong.
Can I do a metas?
You cannot do anything in combat,
Okay.
but I will allow you to. You can discuss freely.
Okay.
Within, if you ever get to a point where I'm like,
do a medical.
I
shall do a medical test. I think.
Who are you declaring this on?
On Neuralee.
On Neuralee, okay. Okie dokie.
Obviously, I need to go there first.
at the end of your at the start of the turn order, we're going to have
Maybe I won't.
something happens. Oro, you feel something at your feet move underneath the water. It's like the kind of the soft ground underneath you has shifted slightly, and it feels as if something rough, almost feels like bark, has rubbed itself against your foot and is trying to kind of twist itself around your leg. You feel that for a moment, and you're like, this seems bad, this seems bad, this seems bad, before it yanks itself from out underneath you. Please make a strength saving throw. Okay, you succeed in that you feel like something has wrapped itself around your foot and tried to not only pull you, but pull you to a degree where you would be prone and possibly under the water. However, trying to pull you, you for an instant recognize that that's what's going to happen, solidify your position, kind of dig your heel down into the ground, and it kind of tears itself away from you. You feel that you've maybe got a couple of cuts and maybe some bruises from what appears to be some kind of root almost, but it's superficial injuries that'll go away in no time. You're not damaged by anything. The same thing happens to Randall. Please make a strength saving throw.
Strength. Sorry, I'm a strong boy. Question mark? Oh,
Nope.
Well, you're in combat.
are-
Can you use the combat d6 for?
You can use a combat d6.
wait, did I have another combat d6? Oh, I did have a new combat d6. Oh, I'm being pumped full of d6s today.
Phrasing.
Oh my god, what a good roll. Okay. You do manage to resist. You feel the same sensation that Oro does. You can feel something kind of tighten itself around your leg and then become very taut and yank itself from out underneath you. Fortunately, you also get to brace against the impact and against the force of it, and it pulls itself away from you, taking a couple of layers of skin, but nothing enough to take a point of damage off you. And you can
Which way does it
feel
pull?
you can feel the pull go towards this giant tree over here. That's the direction that it goes in.
Bryce just gave someone a combat only d6. Does anyone have none now?
Me, I have none.
Other than Tom?
No. And anyone who needs one.
Okay, Randall
I think
has one, yeah.
No, I've still actually got 3 that I already had on my character sheet that I haven't even used yet. Someone else took it.
I have 5.
Okay, Jack, you have that
Oh
one.
my god.
I've got 2 at the moment.
Yeah, I
So-
have 5 combat d6s, Tom.
Yeah, just put it in the bank.
Bryce,
Jack.
what do you mean nothing for Tom? Are you hearing this? How many they've got? I've got
Nothing
none.
for Tom. Nothing for Tom. We know there's a list.
You've got none, and you still almost killed me in one attack.
Yeah.
Listen, the dice did that to you.
It's
true.
Yeah.
That's
The
why you
dice
don't need to
without
make more
modifications.
dice.
Regardless, Randall, you've just stated that you're going to do a medicine.
Yeah, but now something's grabbed by the leg. I probably still will. But I'll be like, something grabbed at my leg from like that tree or that direction.
Okay, mine too.
As the both of you look towards this tree, you can see the remains of red flesh that has been kind of entombed within the roots of the tree, just beneath the tree itself. You can see at the top of this individual's head, there are some horns that are spiraling upwards like goat's horns, that they are missing a scalp. Oh, hey, Sugar.
Hey, Sugar, thanks
What
so
an
much for the
excellent
raid.
time to raid.
Just missing a scalp. No, nothing.
Are you not
Mhm.
entertained?
Just 0, just few, -1 scalp. That's Tom.
Can I
give
see
Sugar
this?
all the love. Yes. Well, no, actually, you're so the attention of these two individuals was brought towards the tree actively by the roots. You've not seen it yet.
Okay.
But thank you very much, everybody, for the raid, love. Hi, Sugar. I hope your stream was good.
I
So I
want
have
to
to
point
say
out the
that
scalp thing immediately.
Oh.
The scalp thing. Haiku, scalp on the tree. And then you can do whatever you want.
Scalp on the tree.
Scalp tree.
So Aiko is stood here holding up the scalp that is in the hands of his other dead colleague and just gone, fucking what? As he looks up at the tree. And you can, one and one together, the scalp that you're holding and the individual who is entrapped in the roots of this tree over here. It's looking, there's a strong correlation.
Yeah, that'd be Otis. Otis. It's definitely one of my old party members.
Hey, Randall, carry on doing whatever the fuck you were doing. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna walk over to Nurali, but I'm gonna walk like facing the tree. I'm like,
Yes, also me too.
I'm like, not taking my eyes off you, tree.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move over to Nurali.
Okay. What are you going to do with your action?
I'm going to use a medicine check to see if I could tell what's wrong with Nurali.
Okie dokie. Roll your medicine check.
It's gonna be great. Here it is.
Roll that beautiful bean.
It's great.
Okay. You can determine that she is afflicted by some kind of short-term madness, is the technical terminology. She has been afflicted by
Sam.
short-term madness. And what?
I know, STM, not SAM. I don't know where I got A from.
Just Sam.
No.
Okay. Are you giving us an example of short-term madness, or
Yes.
regardless, Nurali is affected by that, and you suspect that it's something that will pass, and is probably the effect of taking a huge amount of psychic damage.
Okay. I relay that to the rest of the party in sufficient detail for them to know the same things I know.
I tell them what you just told me because I don't
Yep.
want to have to say it.
Too long. Okay. How do we get rid of it? How do we stop it?
But it should just go
When?
on its own.
What do you mean?
Soon.
She's bleeding from her.
How soon
I
is
feel like
soon?
one of the eyes starts bleeding at this point
Oh.
too. She's just like she almost died from that psychic damage. So yeah.
Well, like, she's not gonna die of blood loss. It should be fine.
Okay.
Short-term madness for me is cured by a trip to the fainting couch. It's a crime that I stream on Sundays because I keep missing D&D. This is me apologizing. A raid. You have to apologize for the raid. You get the VODs, which you can watch at your own leisure, and very few people ever watch VODs. So,
Just in case.
but it's nice to have you here regardless.
Mhm.
Sugar's she's been playing The Witcher 3, and she's been doing, because I talked about Sugar's Witcher 3 streams last week. But what I hadn't realized at that point is that every time she's been playing it, she's been cosplaying as one of the characters from it. And each time, she's not like a cosplayer, it's just something that she's been doing. And they've each been absolutely on point. They've been really, really good.
I love that.
Anyway, Randall, you've used your action to do a medicine check.
Yep.
Anything else you want to do with your turn, or are we over?
I think we're over.
Okie dokie. Nurali, any gibbering you want to do?
I think at this point she kind of stops like the gibberish because her focus is a little bit broken by them being like Randall being kind of like in her face, and she's just kind of like looks over at him like slightly dead-eyed but also kind of like bewildered, and is just staring at him while this like blood is coming out of like her nose and her eyes, and she just like starts to cry a little bit. She's like shaking.
I'm very glad that I'm not the only person that's adding darkness to this campaign. Thank you very much, Katie. I'm going to get that inspiration, Tom. Regardless, Nurali spends her time looking at you being like, oh fuck, bleeding, Jesus. All the while, you're getting a sense of supreme threat from the bone tree that's got Haiku's former companion embedded in its roots. to the degree that every time now you've noticed that something horrible has happened, the tree has been moving. You suspect strongly that it is attacking you. And that is why we are still in active combat. So we move our turn to Nugget and Oro.
Our characters are like, we're still in active combat. I'm still getting the weapons out.
Why-
why
they haven't gone away yet.
Why is the fight music is still
Yeah,
on?
so the music is still playing.
Glitching? What's happening?
And we'll just break up with the DM. Deal with it. There's a fight on.
Seeing that Neroli is like actively backing away from this big tree that I know has been trying to pull me and Randall under, with my bow still out, can I shoot the tree?
You can absolutely shoot the tree. Yes.
Shoot the tree. 25.
That's a definite hit.
5.
You do not get sneak attack with this, unfortunately, because it is
No one's
not
next
to
the
any. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't count the remains of your party member's former colleague as an ally. But you do embed an arrow into the bark of this tree, and for a split second, you can see that the bark, as it were, does seem to peel away, and it does appear that the kind of tree-like appearance is starting to, is it like a facade that is kind of just an illusion, has just kind of started to ripple away. And it does look like, as it starts to tear itself back, as if it's like a layer of skin and flesh that's just shorn away, that this tree is 90% bones. It is, the bark itself is smoothed over bone. You can see that there are skeletons kind of embedded within the trunk, and you can see that the branches themselves are full spines. It's a lot of bones. It's a lot of bones. But you can see that you've disrupted the illusion now, and you suspect that is a something that has happened for all of your party members. Just thought. You could have, so this is something that we can now apply for future combat turns, etc. If we had Nugget move to the tree, you could have had sneak attack. Do you want to do that?
No, I don't want Nugget going near that tree.
Right
now.
Okay. Because if Nugget's next to the tree, that counts as an ally, so you would get the sneak attack bonus.
Okay.
Regardless, you've landed with the arrow. You've now got Nugget's turn. What does Nugget want to do?
Now I want Nugget to not be touching any roots of trees in the swamp. On just trees as safe as possible.
Okay. The bite is worse than the bark, being actual teeth and all. That's very good. Okay. So you want Nugget to stay away from any roots, stay back.
Yeah. I'm going to move it here.
Sure. Haiku!
So I see that the tree's been of bones?
You can now see that the illusion that was making the tree look as though it were a normal tree has fallen away.
I forgot that I wanted Oro to shout, "Bone tree!"
Okay, so...
And embedded in the trunk, you can see the face of, which is still kind of rotting away. So the tree is mostly just bones, apart from the roots that are embedded into the ground are covered in moss and the kind of the swamp water, and it has got kind of like growths on top of it. But in the chest of the tree, as it were, right in the center of the trunk, is the kind of body, mangled corpse of your friend, who's still wearing parts of their clothing, and the skin is still mid-rot. Okay. You can identify them specifically because of their horns that you would recognize.
Okay, so using the fact that we've just killed an undead former friend of mine.
Not undead.
Sorry, not undead.
No,
we've just
now
killed
they're dead.
Yes, now they're dead. And a
whoopsie
friend of mine is currently being absorbed by some kind of tree.
Yeah, they are definitely dead, though.
They're definitely dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If anything.
I am going to use an action to prepare an eldritch cannon. That's what I'm going to do.
And what do you mean by that? What does that look like, preparing an eldritch cannon?
Well, my magical gauntlet arm clockwork thingy-mabob sort of morphs round. It's not like it pops out of something. It sort of almost rearranges its shape into. It's a tiny one. I'll be making.
Okay.
So it just sort of forms itself and just slides into my hand.
Noisy cricket style. I like it.
And what does that? What does it look like once it's formed in your hand?
It is a. It's just a bit. It's just a barrel. That's all it is. It's still sort of like. It's in my hand. It's still sort of attached to the gauntlet, so it doesn't need a handle.
Right.
So it's just a barrel. It's just
Okay.
a big metal barrel. Well,
We've
not
got some
big,
big
but-
like Samus vibes here. You just got like a big old cannon on the end of your arm. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, a little like that.
Okay,
And it shall be a flamethrower one.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay. Now, can you use that on this turn, or is that something you need to use next turn?
No, it takes
bonus action, isn't
I think it takes a turn to get ready.
Does it? Do you
for
want to double
attack.
check just in case?
Yeah. It just says take an action to magically create one.
Okay, so you use your action to do that.
Yeah.
Does it take an action to use it once it's been created, or is it a bonus action? Because I thought the turret was something you plopped down and you could use a bonus action to fire, which means that you could use a bonus action this turn.
Oh yes. On each of your turns, you can take a bonus action to cause the cannon to activate.
Okay, so you can use that now. You can use a bonus action.
Yeah, there's nothing I want to use it on at the moment.
Right. Okay. So you've just kind of again, you're at the front of this group of people at the moment, and like they've not really seen you in combat yet. So last turn, you forged a whip out of your hands and just yanked this guy out of the water before he had the bits torn off of him. This turn, your kind of compartments in your glove have shifted forwards to turn into a barrel-like cannon on the front of you. And you're looking fucking ready to go, and they're just like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My arm is fully stretched out, like it's
Okay.
just pointing into the swamp.
Okay. Towards the tree or just the swamp in general?
The swamp in general.
Okie dokie. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
Okay. Top of the turn. Now, more apparent to you is the fact that this big old whopping tree is a baddie, because the roots that were in the ground have been insufficient to pull you towards its evil desires for you. Instead, one of the massive
The trunks.
branches, thank you very much, branches of the tree slam down on top of you twice. And I rolled very poorly for the first one, but I rolled a crit on the second one. And so one of the branches comes from the bough of this tree and just slams down into the ground next to you. It misses, but in a second instance, it slams down again, and it does so with such force that it comes off of the tree itself, and it is broken from the main body. However, when it lands on you, it's a critical hit, and it does. Can we get the critical hit chart out, please, Katie?
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that thing. Yep, give me just a second. Roll a D100.
This is going to be a lot of damage. Oh, it's not that much damage. I will roll it. Is that? There we go. So you take from the immediate slam of the tree, you take 21 points of damage.
And then you need to make a DC 13 dex save.
Wait, who?
This is against Haiku.
Shit.
Sorry, I thought I made that clear. You're the only person within range.
Okay. What do I need to make, sir?
A dexterity saving throw.
Well, how much damage did they take?
21 points of damage.
Okay, so that puts Haiku at -8.
Okay, that's fine. What was
I don't
the?
think the rest was going to be a deck save or fall prone, so I don't think that matters anymore.
Okay, that's fine. You are prone then. There is a crit table. Yes. This is.
You
yes,
still
we
want
have-
me to take the dex through?
No, that's totally
Okay.
fine. Regardless, you are now prone. So you are slammed to the ground by this massive branch of a tree that just bashes down on top of you, dislodging itself from the rest of the tree, and knocking you prone.
And the healer can't cast anything.
You can hear a giggle of the hag in the background. It's just very happy. But you are currently, incapacitated would be the word. You're on the ground. Don't worry about when you get hit. When you get sent to 0 hit points, you're at 0 hit points. You don't need to be at minuses or anything.
Oh, okay.
And if someone gives you 1 hit point, you are returned to.
The only person who can give you 1
consciousness.
hit point is currently speaking gibberish.
I'm bleeding from every,
And bleeding.
every facial
uh-huh.
place.
Mirandel.
Miranda.
Mirandel.
So there's one branch came off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it like moving, or is it just like?
Nope. It is trapping Haiku.
Oh,
Underneath
so it's
it.
like it's still like animated.
No, it's not animated. It's just.
Oh, it's just on.
Very heavy and on him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
On them.
But it's not like animated branches.
No.
So it's like it threw the branch at him?
Well,
kind of
it just
thing?
it slammed with such force that it came off.
Okay, see.
Because sometimes you roll a crit.
Quite often it seems. Well, I will go over to our latest friend. I'm
Mhm.
going to I want to try and use my quarterstaff to like wedge between like the ground behind the log, and then like push it, not the log but the branch, and like lever it
Okay.
off.
All right. You managed to do that with ease. It's shifted off. And you're going to use your action to do that, yeah?
Yeah, unless I don't have to.
No, you do have to. I was just making it clear that you are using your action to do that. And you're now in the danger zone. Very happy to hear that.
In the danger zone.
No.
Yeah, but
Hey,
if a
your
branch
turn.
comes off it, counts as a missile, and then I can reflect it.
Reflect it.
Okay. Neurally.
Oh god, please be gibberish overtime. It's been so long.
If it hasn't, it's been like
So long.
4
20
minutes.
seconds.
It's only been, like
It's
18,
been
maybe
for
24
2
seconds.
20 minutes.
Yeah, no.
It's going to be the entire combat.
If I back up to here, do I basically back up against one of those trees?
Yeah.
You back up
Okay.
into the hag.
I think at this point she like everybody else has kind of like walked away, so her attention is focused back on the tree, and she kind of like backs into the one behind her and turns to look at it. Does it look like bones too, or is it normal?
No. So your boner vision. Ugh.
I think we should rephrase that one.
Yeah. that's not
Scrap that
For
name.
clarity, that was bone dash vision, but because of accent, it sounded like boner vision, which was not boner vision, in fact, but bone vision.
Don't worry, boner vision has ended.
For neurally, it has.
No. So it's still you still have bone vision.
You have vision of the bone.
I can see them all in the water and
But
everything.
you can see them in the water, which you fully believe are genuine, actual corpses that have been
Scary skeletons.
spooky, scary skeletons. But the only the bone tree is the one that you can see. It's like it's essentially giving you X-ray vision.
Yeah, that's kind of how I took it.
Mhm.
So does this one have like roots or something that she could try to like grasp onto to get out of the water and away from the skeletons?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically where she's at right now.
Okay. I thought he meant bonar like sonar. Oh, God.
I mean, kind of. That's more what it's like. Can I still see all their skeletons?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, she's not. Yeah, she's not doing so hot.
She's not ready to come back yet.
Just kind of like desperately trying to. She's probably like broken a couple fingernails at this point, clawing at the tree, trying to like pull herself out of the water.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Nugget's turn. Nugget and Oro.
So Haiku's free from the bone branch now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he good? Okay.
Unconscious but good.
Well, yeah, I'm not good.
Well, I can't do anything else.
Relatively speaking.
Okay, we know the tree's bad. We want to attack tree. I'm gonna send Nugget over to the tree.
Okay.
Give it a bite. It makes sense.
Bite down on the bone.
Okay. 9.
Nope.
Can I use a combat D6?
Yeah.
Don't we share our combat D6s? Wasn't that the thing?
So,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Would somebody like one of mine? I have minion, can't use them.
Nope.
it
Only
was
Oro
like-
and Nugget can.
Oh, okay. Just
Oh no, we said like if you can make it like I don't know.
explain why we helped or something like
Thank
that.
you.
Did
I
we? Okay,
lost
alright.
all my words.
All right.
I remember it being in a pool. I don't remember that bit, but that sounds like something we do. 11?
Nope.
Thank you for clipping that, Evan.
Placid Cormorant? So Bade. What the fuck?
So
What a weird link
bait.
name. Bald Placid Cormorant. So Bade.
Okay, on my turn, I want to short bow it.
Which you get a sneak attack on?
13 hit.
Nope.
Like to use a 1d6.
Okay.
6.
That's a definite hit. Yep.
Okay. And I want. Can I hunter's mark the tree?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that too. 8, and then sneak attack is 5, and then hunter's mark is a 2. So 15.
Beautiful. And you can also use your reaction to Nugget's reaction to attack again.
21.
Yeah.
7.
Look at this! Look at this! Oh my goodness.
When it works, it's beautiful.
When it works, it
When
works so well.
works.
Okay, brilliant. All right. Let me put this onto the token layer. And give it in stuff.
How'd you stop the hag? Nearly burn the forest down. Not a bad idea at this point.
Right, what do we have in total? 13, 15.
I feel like I have to clarify that Nerly didn't actually take fire spells. Well, I have Sacred Flame, but that's Radiant, as we clarified. So
Mhm.
there's not actually any fire spells. I need a
Haiku.
mill apparently to create fire.
Haiku, you are currently incapacitated because you have got 0 hit points.
Yes.
Please make a death saving throw. You do that by clicking the words death save on your character sheet. They are near the center top.
Let me have a look. Center top.
It's under all your hit points, so more like center.
Depending on how far you scroll down the character sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, death saves. There we are.
Okay. Good. You do not progress further towards death.
Thank God.
There's a little tracker above the word death save, and if you click on one of the successes,
Yeah.
Oh, we had a success.
10 or greater is a success.
Okay.
So that was a well success.
But unfortunately, because you're incapacitated, you cannot do anything with your turn. Randall,
right?
it's the beginning of the turn order. And
Oh,
every beginning
Okay.
of the turn order so far has been
Oh.
something horrible.
okay. Well, maybe I'll wait then.
Maybe we wait just a second to see
Yeah.
how hard the tree hits you.
I think maybe the tree didn't go fast enough, so it doesn't get done.
I think I said the word Randall and you assumed it was your turn, but actually I was saying, Randall, be prepared to get hit by a tree.
No.
Okay. And your armor class is pretty high, isn't it?
It's like 10,000. Yeah.
But what's
It's
that in like?
15.
Oh, okay. Not that high then.
Not unless I hit something, then it's higher.
Okay.
I have to hit things, otherwise I die.
In which case, you take 1d this. Oh, I didn't even roll correctly last time for the crit damage. It should have been more. Not by a lot more, but enough.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, I meant to roll this. Oh, this is complicated. Okay, you only take 13 points of damage. I rolled poorly.
Only
Only take
13 points
only
of
take
damage.
13
Don't worry
points of
about
damage.
it.
This is why we have character dice, chat dice, that add to everyone's character rolls, because it allows me to be very mean in combat. I feel much more even-handed now that I can continue to be mean, but you guys have a billion combat d6s roll saved up.
I do have them saved up. That's true.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out that we rolled on a D100 table to determine what madness effect that you had.
If I had added that 5 to it, what would I have gotten?
What did you roll?
44.
It was 44. Oh, if it was a 5, it wouldn't have taken you over to the next thing.
Okay.
But the next closest thing either way, because you could have subtracted it if you preferred.
That's true.
The one below it was the character becomes frightened and must use his or her action movement each round to flee, which is somewhat contextual.
Which is what I'm doing, actually.
And the other one, the next closest one, was the character must use his or her action each round to attack the nearest creature.
I think that would have honestly been worse.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I was so excited about level 6 because of empowered healing. So excited, and I've never once gotten to use it because every combat we've been in, I've been like unable to function in some capacity since then. So it's been good.
It's not been targeted. I'd just like to point that out.
No, I'm just shit at wisdom saves. It's all
Randall. Please take 13 points of damage and then tell me what you're going to do with your turn. As this massive bony branch from a tree slams into the ground next to you, misses, and then on the way back up, clips you.
Okay. Is our turtle friend under the water?
No.
Okay.
But you suspect they could probably breathe fine if they were.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how much I know about a turtle.
No, okay, maybe not.
It's probably only the second one I've met.
Yeah, that's true. All right, no, I apologize.
I'm gonna ask something. You're probably gonna say no. So I have my talisman.
Yep.
And upon which I have a boon of healing.
You do, yes.
Can I give that boon to another by maybe putting the talisman like close to them and then pressing the boon button? Because I assume that's how it works.
So you do have your specific talisman that you're attuned to, I believe. Maybe not
Yeah.
attuned to it.
No. Don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
That allows you to use one hit die of healing, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
As a bonus action.
Uh-huh.
But I'm pretty sure we specified that it was only something you could use on yourself.
I don't know. What about if you gave me an inspiration so I could use that inspiration so I could do that?
Oh, you don't have inspiration?
A compelling argument.
I would
what
be
if?
willing to trade someone else's inspiration for that.
I have an inspiration.
Does Haiku have an inspiration?
No, I used mine last session, I'm afraid.
Oh yeah, you did, to save your ass from falling into that pit.
Quite accident prone.
I'll give you my inspiration.
All right, I would happily trade an inspiration point to allow you to use your thing that is specifically self only on someone else.
Okay.
That I designed in a way that you could not use this to do exactly what you're doing. I will allow you to take off your talisman, place it around the neck of Haiku, and pop the button. Even though it's not supposed to be a button.
Can I do that?
In which case, you do that, and both you and Haiku should say a big thank you to Oro, who has just given up an inspiration point to bring Haiku back into the fight.
Thank you very much.
The total.
So please roll a 1d8 plus your Constitution modifier if you've got one for Haiku.
Sorry, let me just have a look. Constitution modifier.
There's a button for it as well if you want to.
Bard's so good in AD&D, you had to train something else to get there. Oh, wasn't it like a? Oh yeah.
Rogue prestige class.
1d8 was it?
If you click the hit dice button on your character sheet, it'll do it for you.
Oh, fair.
It's a rough day.
But
Can I give it my D6 chat
Wait,
bonus?
Can I use my combat die for that?
No.
Wait. Hold on. My empowered healing. Divine energy coursing through you. You can empower whenever you are an ally within 5 feet of you. Just kidding.
Oh, so close. So close.
Wow.
Oh,
Not
but
close enough.
see, and it wouldn't be me casting a spell. It would be me using a sorcery point. Would that count as like stuff I couldn't do right now anyway?
No, I would say you could do that.
So if you were closer to me, I could do that. But I'm too scared and running away. So never mind. just
Okay,
kidding.
let's focus on what we can do right now. What we can do right now is Haiku can take a deep breath as you feel your consciousness return to you, and you now have 2 points of health instead of 0. Wow, which is nice.
Use them wisely.
Oro
I
shouts,
did.
"Get out of the way of the fucking branches!" For the love of God.
How close do you need to be to use your flamethrower?
It has a 15-foot cone.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, it's in my mind.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Just like to point out there might be some repercussions to using a massive flamethrower in a very densely packed forest, but you continue with that train of thought.
It's a
as
very,
we-
very damp forest.
I have a shell.
I'm going to be fine.
Oh,
Anyway, we'll move on to Nerily. What are you doing with your turn this
Wait,
time?
can I move?
Oh,
please?
is it? Yeah.
Oh,
you can
yeah,
move. Yeah.
I'm going to move back to the safety of here.
Okay. There's going to be an opportunity attack against you.
Shit.
As a branch comes down and rolls a 14 and misses you.
I didn't know trees had opportunity attacks.
bullshit.
It's got a threat range.
Anything attacking you has a threat range.
Mm-hmm.
She's clinging to the tree and crying.
Does Tom
That's
need a
it at this
D6?
point.
I can hook him up. I mean, compared to these guys, I got no D6s. You know,
Tom's
Mel?
fine.
I think I have a non-combat D6 from last game, but I can't use that here.
Read the room now. Read the room. Sorry, it's probably really loud.
Read the room. That's funny. Okay, you're hugging a tree.
Yep.
Nugget and Oro. You've done
Uh,
a lot of damage last turn.
yeah. I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing again. And Bryce gave another D6 combat D6, so Jackie, you maybe have that, or whoever.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Take it.
We share them anyway, so it's fine. Wait. Does a 10 hit?
No.
I'm gonna use the combat D6.
Nugget's not been rolling especially well when it comes to hitting today.
No.
That's a hit. Yeah.
4.
But doing okay damage. Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. That's Nugget's turnover.
Mhm.
And then Oro wants to do the same. Short bow. 24.
Oh, that's a def a hit.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter's mark. 6.
Look at this damage!
Sneak
And
attack,
sneak attack.
5.
Oh my god!
Ah, it makes me feel like Susan again, and it makes me so
Yeah, I
enjoy something.
I knew that you would enjoy this. I'm so happy that we've got you now to a place where you're like doing big DPS. This point in Rogue has done the stacks, but you've forgotten something vital. Is that because you've made an attack, Nugget gets to make another attack.
You're right. 13?
That's a miss.
Damn it.
But it was almost more damage. Okay, what have we got here?
Well, I mean, I could give him a d6.
I'd say you could.
You could.
You could.
Mhm.
Shall I?
I mean, you
I'm
tell
doing
me.
it.
Okay.
I feel like you're pretty close to hitting with a 13, so.
Mhm.
Oh, I did the... Oh my god. Jesus.
Just do the hover thing and press the button.
Oh,
It's so
I always
easy.
forget that's the thing. Oh, 6 again.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, that's another hit. In which case, roll the damage. Oh my
Eight.
goodness, there's so much going on here.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Here's
that's.
the moon dream.
Oh my god. Okay. So what you have done is essentially just torn at this bone part. There's a specific part, like a vulnerability in the tree's central trunk, just where this tiefling body is. And Nugget has dug themselves in there and started just tearing off the bark, which has given you an opportunity to loose arrows directly into the center of the tree. You can see every time you land a hit, it seems to shudder, and its branches seem more and more limp as you do so. It is looking pretty fucked up. It is looking really bad.
I mean, it started off looking like that, to be honest.
I mean, it looked, yeah, it looks like it's falling apart, and that maybe Haiku gets an opportunity to land the killing blow.
First of all, I'm going to move away.
You'll get whapped.
Oh.
You just watched me walk away and get whacked.
Well, if I stand still, I'm going to get whapped.
Yeah,
I'm going to get whacked either way. I might as well try not get whacked.
Okay, so this is
something to get whacked.
Yeah, so this is
okay.
a learning opportunity for Jack when it comes to D&D stuff. So if you are stood next to somebody who can whap you, using this word, if they can attack you with a melee attack, and you move out of their melee range, they get what's called an opportunity attack against you, and they can have an attack against you and hit you. Not necessarily hit you, but they might, which would be very bad. However, you can use an action to disengage, which would mean that you can move as wherever you like without being hit by an opportunity attack. However, I've just described this tree as being on its last roots.
Yeah.
So you could either use your action to disengage and move away. You could just move away and take the opportunity attack, which might or might not hit. Or you could just commit, stand still, and attack.
Or you could commit, stand still, attack, and then try and move away.
Isn't your attack a bonus action because of the cannon?
Oh yeah, so you actually have so you have a bonus action and a move.
Yes, okay. So I could disengage and then.
What a badass fucking feature that is, by the way. Just having a fucking.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
That's such a good thing.
You don't need to disengage first.
Oh yes, yeah, okay, yeah. So it's a swamp. Swamps are moist, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Also famously flammable, but
I mean, this thing has potentially killed my friend. You know,
There is a giant bat next to the tree.
Yeah, I'm also cautious of that.
You also killed your other friend, so don't blame the tree for that.
friend was too far gone.
I think it's safe to still blame the tree.
I didn't kill them. I merely leashed them. I'm just going to disengage.
You're going to disengage, okay.
Yeah.
So you can disengage, and you can move 5 feet away. I'm giving you this. So I'm giving you this in context so that you can just as a learning opportunity to better learn the potential mechanics behind different D&D characters. So this tree, this is an example. I'm giving you information I wouldn't usually give players. Has a melee range of 10 feet. Okay. So if you were at, say, 15 feet, the tree that cannot move, actually, I think this one can move, but I'm not making it move. I'm not giving it movement. Wouldn't be able,
whatever it wants.
You wouldn't be in range, but also you'd be in range of your flamethrower.
Yeah.
So you could move just far enough away from it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So if you went where 15 feet is, so that would be one space diagonal to your top left. There you go.
Yes.
You'd be okay. You're now officially away from 10 feet of the tree's kind of more central zone. And you can use your flamethrower as your bonus attack if you want to do that.
It just seems like a bad idea with the bat so close.
And the forest.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Would you like to? Would you like to? I will give you a kindness, Jack.
Oh.
As a new player to my D&D campaigns, I'd like to be a
this
benevolent.
kindness doesn't last long.
a benevolent DM. We could say, for example, that you did not change into your flamethrower cannon, but instead chose one of the other cannons that is less likely to set fire to the entire swamp.
And sometimes fire is a casualty of the course of action that you're taking, okay? It just happens that way sometimes.
No, I'm just going to end my turn there.
Okay, you're going to stick with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't trust him. He's buttering you up. Listen. Okay, in which case we move to the top of the turn order, and we have a very grumpy on its last roots tree, which is going to make some attacks against Nugget.
Flap.
One of them hits. Has Tom learned his lesson about attacking Nugget? No. Only 10 points of damage. It rolls so poorly when it's not against Jack.
When it's
10
not
points of
against
damage.
Jack, almost kills me in one turn.
Listen,
One area of effect, not even a turn.
the
You
tree
know we're
in its
fighting it.
in its dying, flailing limbs, another branch falls and lands on Nugget, doing 10 points of damage, covering Nugget in bones, like fall into bits and fall into the water, and Nugget nearly can see precisely where they go. Sorry, Randall, it's your turn. I didn't mean to move the turn order past you.
It is. Well, I'm going to run at said tree,
Okay.
and then I'm going to hit the tree,
Okay.
and I'm going to hit it with 4 attacks because I remembered I actually do 2 attacks, not 1 attacks.
Multi-attack.
Yes.
Are you spending a key point to do the unarmed attacks as well?
Yes.
Okay.
To do 2, I can do 1 without spending it.
Yeah, it's a bonus, yeah.
I do 2 of them, and then I'm going to spend a key point and do. Nope, not that. No, this and that.
Okay. Anything above a 14 hits, or a 14 or above.
Okay, I'm also going to use a d6 so that for that first attack there.
I know what happens when chat attacks Nugget.
Well, good job. It didn't matter what the number I rolled was.
Yep, accurate.
Okay. Hang on, things are getting complicated.
I believe in you.
Because then I also want to do something else that I've forgotten what it's called. It might not even be in here because it might be in the other book. It's this. Yes, I'm going to do this, which is another key point. But it means I can do another 1d6 damage. So I got that. Oh, fuck off. 17. Man, 1 key point for 1 damage.
It's a
Perfectly
1-to-1
balanced.
trade.
Okay, all right. You have officially felled this tree. Would you please like to describe in which way you do this?
So because I'm like charging in, I'm gonna not charge like square onto it, but slightly to the side, and then like hit it and convert like all my running force into like a smack like that, and maybe that like breaks the trunk off, and then as it's like falling down, like spin and hit it with the other end of the quarterstaff, and it like starts falling the other way, and then just like boop.
You turn the tree into one of those wacky, wavy, fucking inflatable arm flailing tube men. Whoa, where's it going? Who knows? Okay, so you do that, and you then timber as the tree is felled
I'm going
and
down.
splashes into the water, sending swamp everywhere, bones into the sky. And then it appears to be raining bones, which probably terrifies Nerody even further. And it is over. The terror is over.
Is it? I feel like the terror is still there for about 3.5 more minutes.
Yeah. It's a weird concept that combat in D&D is every turn is about 6 seconds. Isn't that bonkers? Because it takes so long. But regardless, you guys have now got a moment of calm as the forest and the swamp itself falls to almost silence, there are two things that you still hear. One is the gentle sobbing of Nurali.
Thank you.
And
If you
the
didn't say it, I
other
was going to.
is the of the hag who's just enjoying this so much, who is in the tree line far behind you. How are you guys feeling?
Concerned.
Do you not like this place?
Not good.
All right, that's the first time you've come out of a combat haiku with these guys.
I didn't particularly enjoy it. Although
The last combat that you were in, you hid in your shell and all of your team went missing. So this time you did a little bit better.
But I did worse. I'm still missing a friend, though, and my items,
Oh.
which is upsetting.
Oh, it means we gotta stay in this forest longer.
If you don't mind.
Well, I mean, we're in here now, so
Yeah. Maybe we should, just rest for a moment until maybe Nurali gets out of her funk that she's in.
yeah, that
Would
would
be
probably
nice.
be good. Let's press on.
Carry on.
Let's see if we can find another combat whilst she still has 3.5 minutes remaining.
Don't you do this to me. So what are y'all doing? Are you just like sitting down and chilling, waiting? Not sitting down because it's like wet and gross, but
Yeah.
okay.
Hovering.
I'm checking stuff on my shell, making sure it's all still there.
Okay.
Nothing vital seems to be missing, but there are a couple of pieces that have been knocked from your shell where you landed when you were unconscious, but you find them easily and you can reattach them with no problem.
Good.
I like to think that's going to be a continuous thing that we keep up, that every time you get knocked unconscious, you lose stuff from your shell and you have to reattach it.
I like it.
I do.
Okay.
So what's Nerily doing currently?
Well, for another 3.5 minutes, she's just kind of like rocking and holding on to the tree and crying. What happens?
Closing your eyes and you can just see bones still.
Yeah. Like, I don't know which is worse, not being able to see what's going on around me and seeing all those bones, or closing my eyes and seeing what's going on back there. What happens when the 3.5 minutes passes? What do I see?
When the 3.5 minutes passes, I mean, are you assuming your eyes are closed and you're kind of just burying your head between your legs or whatever?
I see it as more like clinging to the tree with the eyes closed.
Yeah, I prefer that. Yeah.
The one thing that's not a bone.
Gotta spend a moment to check the sewers app. This is a nature sewer. The sense that you had previously, the pressure that you were feeling on your psyche is removed. There is a tremendous moment of relief that happens when the tree is felled, but you still feel some pressure that is relieved only after the 3.5 minutes are over. And when they are, you can see your sight is returned to you in the exact same way it was previously. The long-lasting or short-term lasting effect on your psyche is down to you.
Okay. So after the 3.5 minutes pass, there's
before that, what are you guys doing during the 3.5 minutes to console your friend?
Gentle pats on the shoulder. But also I kind of want to shout at the hag. Not like shout at her angrily, but be like, did we entertain you? Is that a good job? Is everything
Yeah,
is that the bad? Yeah.
It's like delicious, yes.
That's all.
Okay. So you shout at her, you give Nerily some gentle pats. How about you guys?
I think I'd be too focused on the items.
Okay, so you're spending your 3.5 minutes to check your items, yeah. How are you feeling physically?
Not good.
Why is that?
I not a clue. I just have this really, really unhealthy feeling. What's caused it?
Okay. Bump on the microphone there. How about Randall?
I don't know. Probably just like giving her some space, maybe Seems like Oro's got the shoulder pats and the back pats down.
Okay.
I feel like being close, like maybe she reacts badly because we're all like skeletons, right?
Yes, you are. Yes.
So maybe she reacts badly to us being close. And Randall's like, oh.
It's probably
when I
why
went
her
over there
eyes
before-
ended up being closed
Yeah.
at some point. Everybody started to like, or the two of you started to walk in, and she's just like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Nearly then.
'Kay.
Your time elapses.
I see. I feel like so first, like there's this like big exhale, and the sobbing stops, and there's like the sort of like labored breathing, like after like a migraine passes, or like the medicine kicks in and like your cramps go away or something like that, the like relief. And then she like looks down at her hands, and there's like bloodiness on like her fingernails where she like broke a few like clinging to the tree and stuff like that. And she just looks like slowly looks up at whoever is closest. They're not bones. And she's just like, they're everywhere. There's bodies everywhere.
Oh no.
All under here. Everywhere.
There's bodies in you.
Didn't you see it?
I saw the tree with bones, but I don't see any others. Can you
There's
see-
no other bones here.
They're all under the water.
Oh. But you can't see them now?
No.
Okay.
I think I need to rest for a second.
Yeah. I think a couple of you should. Looks at Haiku as well.
I too will be rest.
I would like to clean up my face and stuff and use some hit dice. Can we take a short rest?
If we can.
Yes.
Oh, Randall,
really?
your rolls today.
Really?
Exponential.
All right, showing off. There you go.
Hey, listen, I have 8 hit points, okay?
Okay, we have an issue with this short rest idea in that you are currently in a swamp.
That's what I was going to ask you. Basically, when I said, can we short rest, I was really more asking you.
Oh, then
Like-
no, not really.
Okay.
Simply because there's not really a nice place to sit or anything. Like you're
Lean up
just
against a tree.
that's not super comfortable. That's not really restful, is it? But you could, like, you know, with a small amount of poking around, there is a area nearby that has some stable ground that you could have a short rest at. So we could fast forward a little bit to that if you were to carefully investigate the local vicinity to look for somewhere that would be appropriate for you to rest. And you achieve that, and you find somewhere where the ground is a bit more stable, where you think that you could rest without being harassed by dead trees, you know.
Yeah.
Mind
Appreciate that.
control, former allies, that kind of thing. And you can rest up. You can evoke all of the things that a small rest would enable you to do. Get some health back, get any spell points back that you can do with small rest.
How do you get health back? I've not done.
So with a small
A
rest,
small
you can
rest.
spend hit die that you have in a pool. You have as many hit dice as you have levels. So you've got 7 hit dice that you can
Oh,
use.
okay.
You can roll as many of those as you like, and those will give you hit points back.
Okay. How do I just? Yeah, just
And you can just click on the word hit dice, and it should roll it for you. 2.
Good job.
Come on.
2 is your lucky number.
I don't have to roll
Remember,
that right.
how many twos were there in the hit
There's a
dice
lot of
rolls? Was that
twos.
4? 4 twos.
Yeah.
Thereabout.
But you can roll as many of those as you like. You don't have to stop with just
Oh,
one. You can keep
That's better.
You pulled a me, except mine is a d6, and my
Yeah.
max was only
Oh.
7.
going.
That'll do.
That'll do.
You almost died,
I
bro.
think that'll do.
Keep going, dude. Keep going. I would strongly recommend that you try and get closer to your maximum hit number.
How long are we resting for?
Just a short rest.
But how long's that in minutes?
I
10?
think 30 to an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
literally just long enough to bandage ourselves up.
Then I also spend time meditating to get my key points back.
Ooh.
Can you do that with a short rest?
Yep, short or long
Nice.
rest as long as I spend 30 minutes meditating on how much key I spent in the last fight.
Okay. Well, then that's what you achieve. Many of your resources are refilled, or at least partially refilled, including your health. You have pushed into the swamp and have come to realize that it is a very dangerous place to be. It is filled with horrors and mystery, and the hag is cackling as she watches you from the foggy, misty shadows of between densely packed bushes. But with that, we can probably call it a quits to the end of the session today.
Can I have my inspiration point?
Yes, you can have your inspiration
Thank
point.
you.
Yay.
You took it further than I expected, and that is admirable.
Thank you.
So, inspiration point to Neroli for really leaning into the whole short-term insanity thing. Did a good job. You did a great job. Everyone did a good job today. Well done, all.
Well done.
This is a tough fight for something that only had 2 enemies in it. But I was thinking about balancing this encounter was really difficult because I was like, how many guys do I throw? Like, I could have like a bunch of other small things in there, blah 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 blah. But I think there was enough hobbling to be done. It's unfortunate that you rolled the specific thing you rolled there, Katie. I'm sorry that for the most part you were kind of out of that combat, but
Yeah.
you used your turns to great effect, which is the most important thing. And hopefully you still had fun.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Can I add a flavor thing for Randall?
Yes, 100%. Always.
So when Randall's meditating, that's him writing up his notes. He doesn't like do like normal meditation. It's like he's writing all his notes up.
Oh, I like that.
I like that too.
That's cool. That's like a nice. That's how he rests. That's his thing. Okay, fantastic. I'd like to say thank you to the Mapsmith that I think it's Spell Arena are the guys that I've been using the maps for today. Today is Spell Arena, whose Patreon I just subbed to. So I'm paying out of pocket for the maps to make sure that the artist is being supported. So Spell Arena, you want maps of this caliber. A round of applause to the DM, but also no dice. Okay, fantastic. In which case, thank you very much, everybody, for playing.
No, thank you.
Seems like there's going to be another game in this quest.
There's always another game.
And tomorrow, we're on Evan's game. We got the Humblewood Adventures over on Evan's stream, whose name is green in chat. It's Maori Nerd. Maori _nerd.
Oh, and he still has.
Yes, he
Dice.
still has your inspiration.
Yes. Yes.
You say, do we? You're making me question it. Do we
What do you mean,
not?
do we? You said in the chat.
Do we
today,
not?
so-
Don't make me question this, Evan. I swear we do.
I think we're still waiting on Tortu to confirm. Maybe.
God damn it.
But we should
You
be
want to-
tomorrow.
damn it.
It'll probably maybe be tomorrow. Joking, yes we do. Oh my god. Why would you do that to us?
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Fantastic. In which case, are you doing anything with your stream, Jenny? You doing?
I'll probably be back in like half an hour to play some chill games, but see you next week for some more Dunder.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Wait.
Yay.
Goodbye everyone. See you later.
Bye-bye.
There ya.
Uh...